This presentation is made possible by these amazing individuals and organizations. Whether it was through Patreon, Super Chats, Super Stickers, or by watching, liking, and commenting, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Retro Nerd Girl, broadcasting live from the International Science Fiction Space Station. And I am so glad that you're here to join me for this conversation today. AI, robots, and cyborgs in cinema, part 3. Well, actually, this is the second part that we are actually going through of my lengthy list that I gathered from a lot of what you guys were telling me about movies that should be on the list, and there I think I covered almost all of them. So this has been fascinating research for me. I am loving every minute of it. you guys, I'm more of a retro girl, so this is actually interesting to see some of the more recent films that have had AI and robots and cyborgs and stuff. So I'm doing a lot of learning when it comes to this list. But what do we always do at about this time? Well, we go to the comments and see what you guys are saying in the chats. So, first up today, we've got Unicorn Rampant Studio, who is seems to be very, very busy. Says here, good evening, everyone. How about we get some really high quality AI to walk some dogs? That way I can just cuddle up with the ones that don't need exercise at the moment. I'm sure that will be something that will happen in the future. Once we get used to the idea of seeing robots walking around, I think we're just not quite there yet, but in the future will be commonplace. But I am so glad to see you here. Thank you for joining us in spite of your busy schedule. So I appreciate you making time for us. And hanging out with us as well. And Unicorn also says, and good evening. I am highly overwhelmed today, but grateful that it's possible for me to support every last minute request that occurred. I've already visited 12 animals today, and I have a couple staying with Camille and I for the next week or so. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Wow, busy, busy business there. Wow. It sounds like you're actually doing very well. So, business-wise, but I know it's a tough schedule. What else? You've got more. Did I say good evening yet? I feel like the evening would be good, probably. So I'm just saying. So, LOL. And okay, there's all my jibber jabber. Big hugs, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the start of your weekend. Oh, yes. It's going well so far for me. I hope it is for everyone else. I am rushing around, which sometimes those are the best days when you are doing a lot of rushing around. And I'm actually just like trying to feed myself with a little soup here. And so on occasion, I might have to go and take a little nibble at my my little dinner there. And oh, Brogu is here and says hi, Unicorn. And let's see. And William Blake Hall is also here. Says Pittsburgh is in the house. Just got done seeing the ladies at White Noise Reacts. Check out Villeneuve's Dune Part One. Oh, okay. Um, oh, is that a channel that's doing reactions? Oh, I don't know. I know I mean, I'm already following a lot of channels, but yes, okay. I think I'm understanding. William Blake Hall says a Fassbender as David always gets on my nerves. Aw. Um, uh, and let's see. Brogu says Texas in the house feels like 111 degrees, but good news, it's only 102. Lucky day. Well, it feels like 100 here, but it's only 79. So that's kind of weird. Like it's the humidity that's just making everything feel so muggy. Um, but otherwise, it's fine. And I cannot attribute it that's probably the reason why we get so much snow in the winter is because it's so moist over here. And well, Unicorn Rampant Studio says glad it's only 20 to 30 degrees hotter than I can handle. And uh, William Blake Hall says, as the decades pass, Dune feels less like an escape and more like a prophecy. Ooh, interesting. And Broku says, I'm living Dune 2 here in Houston as we speak. I don't want to spoil it, but we all die from this terrible heat. Fade to black. Oh my goodness. I hope not. William Blake Hall, you've got air conditioning, right? My understanding is that air conditioning has been essential to Texas for generations. Oh, well, before I do that, I did not even check to see if you guys can hear me. Oh gosh, I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know quickly. Somebody just type it in. You can hear me? Can you hear me? Um, oh, yes, thank you, thank you. I forgot to check. Thank you. I don't trust the computer anymore to tell me anything, so I need you guys to tell me. All right, so let's continue. I gotta do some catching up. Dune is so also relevant today to today's topic. I am for the Butlerian yeehaw. Hee haw. I'm using hee haw instead of another term. Let's not go making machines think like people. Yeah, I don't. I mean, can you ever tell what a person's thinking? Sometimes you can guess, but and so I think it wouldn't be a great idea to do that in just in general, but also. Um, it is a long story about like the ramifications of what that could mean, but also that that doesn't mean all machines are going to be bad. So it's a very interesting conversation. I love that we can have that conversation here. And Progus says yes, thank God for air conditioning. What about those poor individuals that are homeless? Oh yes, oh my God. What about the individuals that work outside for a living? It's inhumane. Yeah, it is awful right now for a lot of people who work outside. And imagine, during the winter months, them having to work the way they do. So it's really tough. So I do applaud anyone who does that kind of work. Um, William Blake Hall says, "You're right, Brogo. I've always wondered about that. And at least the workers are getting break time and water now, but it's still tough. Yes. And these days, I have a new Pittsburgh wish. May the rain be short and its wetness and long. And it be short in its wetness and long in its coolness." And Keith E is here. Hello, Keith E. How are you? Says hello to everyone, past, present, and future, running late. And let's see. Rosie says, seeing individuals work out in this heat in Houston is like seeing workers out in a blizzard trying to work. Just imagine that. Yes, I was just saying that. And William Blackwell says it's nuts. And, you need air masks to live on the moon of Pandora, and those Avatar movies. Um, we're going to have to start suiting up like astronauts just to live on Earth. That might actually happen. That might actually happen, and that is a possibility for our world. Keith E says, "Hey William, just saw the last bit of that liver, so the future looks good." Um, and William says, "Good liver, not just a good metaphor, but a good meal." And let's see. And El Necron says hyperdrive is ready. Yes, it is. Let's go. And Rogan says, I think I am so accustomed to stifling heat in Houston that I have built up a tolerance for extreme temperatures. I think I can survive in space just fine. I don't know about that. Space is pretty rough. Um, Let's see. And Keith he says, yeah, that's one of the series' best comments yet. Um, oh, I'm not sure if Siri is getting what you're saying, but thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for letting me know that you can hear me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't see that right away. I should have checked right away. And shall do that in the future. Always making small adjustments until it's just right. And then William Blake Hull says, all hailing frequencies open. I'm not announcing that prematurely either. We will we ever know what movie that sequence comes from? Okay, yes, great thing that you asked. That sequence comes from a movie called Wings, which was done in 1927. Oh my gosh, I was so excited when I found it last night. I was like, oh my God, this is my movie. Yeah, and it was so funny. I was watching a I was actually on a show in which we I was on a show. I was on Zach's um, show in which we were talking with Tom Conkle, who was making a new movie with Vernon Wells, and Vernon Wells actually showed up in the in that actual show, and he said Tom Conkle mentioned a a scene in Wings of, like, going down, camera work, and I was like, I wonder if that's my movie." And sure enough, it was. It was my movie. So it's Wings, 1927, guys. It's so cool. Um, and, a Unicorn Man from Studio says, "My ears are working." Awesome, yes, and the hidden it wa is here, says, "Hi, everyone, let's go." Yes. Um, and let's see. I'm just gonna zoom down really quick so we can get to um Unicorn says sometimes we randomly mention the Terminator. I will not be fooled today. I will not be tricked. I'm gonna stick to the plan. Oh, and Volcano is here. Says, "Hey, hello guys. Currently weathering my miniatures with weathering powders to create a dusty Martian effect." Oh my God, Volcano, I didn't know you did miniatures. Oh my God, I am so fascinated. I love miniatures, and I'm actually going to use a couple of miniatures in my story that I'm working on, and I do love it. I do love miniatures. So, best of luck to your craft and what you're doing. Definitely. I hope we'll get to see it. Maybe you'll show us, give us a link or something to one of your projects. And Keith E says, "Sorry, uh, El Necron, Sari just can't deal with it. She seems to be up the creek when it comes to your name." Oh, so she was trying to say your name. Okay. And let's see. Um, And William Blake Hall says the Terminator may have self-terminated. I think she's realized the scope of the challenge of rebooting that. Yeah, and I think my plan was not a reboot, but definitely a switch and a change. And I think I feel a lot better about it now. Now that I have some time to think about it, but I still want to at least treat it with some respect. Um, let's see. And Brogu says, "Yeah, William, but a lot of people don't know that David Bowie was a poser. Just kidding. I love David Bowie. I hope so." Yeah. Um, and let's see. And look, Maddie's daddy is here. Hey, hello, Maddie's daddy. He says, "Hey, cutie. Thank you. Good to see you." And let's see. Um, Please forgive me if I'm passing your comment. It doesn't. I'm just trying to make sure I see everybody today. Let me see. Simply Steve says, "Hi, I'm I'm a bot human's bad." um, and let's see. Um, El Negron says, "I hate this heat already. Please leave now." Yes. It's pretty bad, and I think, like I said, I don't have the heat like as bad as you guys, but it feels pretty bad because of the humidity. It feels pretty awful. And I love the heat too. So let's see. Barry On is here. Hello, Barry On. So great to see you. Says, "I can hear you." Oh, great. Um, and Simply Steve says, "The audio is acceptable." And let's see. And Broku says, hi, Al Necron, tell him how hot it is in Texas." And he says, hi, Broku, it's not even the armadillo. It's so hot, even the armadillos are requesting AC. Oh, man. And Keith E is saying, all good, all good. Nice. Okay. Um, yeah, and Brogu's saying it's so hot here in Houston, even the Terminator will pull out his own chip to self-terminate. Oh my God. William Blake Hall says Wings 1927. Thank you. Yes, I was wondering for the longest time. I'm so excited to know that tidbit, and it just thrills me. I need to see the entire thing now. And Almecca has a joke here for us. Says it's so hot. Even the heat miser is asking for freeze miser to for a cold front. And Maddie Sadie says 13 people watching, but only 9 likes. Well, that's not the way to help RNG's channel grow. Yes, guys. Yes, please do. If you're gonna enjoy the content, I hope you will. Um, or you find yourself along the way enjoying the content, go ahead and hit the like button. And do this. Yeah, that's right. Smash it. And thank you, Maddie's daddy. Thank you for helping to encourage the like button pressing and smashing. And William like also says, I tend to save my like until the end. Yes, he wants to save it until the end. So even if you save it to the end, it helps. Um, and Unicorn Rampant Studio says, I have a full collection of TSR and other Grenadier and Raoul Patma miniatures from the 70s and 80s. Oh, wow. That sounds really cool. Says Unicorn Rampant Studio, but I'm not good at actually painting them, or at least haven't taken time yet. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Painting, and there's a skill to it too. So I've been researching the skill of painting miniatures. Really tough. You've got to use special paints, and I have a pair of glasses that is extra magnetized for doing very small things, and that helps a little bit. But I haven't gotten to the kind of miniatures that you would have on a board game. But I do have a few miniatures that are uh, kind of I have 16 scale, 1/16 scale and 1/12 scale. Um, and it says, "Whoops, I can't stay on topic, guys. I'll just listen." um, and 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 Keith E says, Volcano, I think I just missed the comment about miniatures, but the Outcast creator just did a whole thing on miniature museum in France. Yes, he did make a wonderful little video about his experience in the museum, and it's very informative. So if you want to check out the Outcast Creative, you can. I was hoping that he was going to be able to join us today, just for some reactions on some of these movies, but I suppose he's busy enjoying his Friday now. Um, and also he was having some problems with his voice. Because of the events this week. So that could also be an issue. Um, so if that's the case, please do get better soon. And Simply Steve 68 says it's barely above 76 here in Minnesota. Oh yeah, I was saying it's 78 here, but it really feels like it feels really, really hot. So I don't know if it's nicer where you are, but yeah, it's quite hotter than it's very warm compared to the actual temperatures. And the Hidden says, did any here receive online rumors about Arnold's Terminator character from Dark Fate secretly being Dutch from Predator One? Oh, interesting. No, I'm trying to that would be weird. I'm trying to figure out how that works. And Maddie said, he said, it's so hot I had to pre-cool the oven to make my lunch. And it's so hot, Putin called and asked if we could restart the Cold War. Yes. And Keith E is loving it. He says that's good stuff. I'll use it. And L Necron says it's so hot it makes my credit card look like an ice cube. And William Blake Hall says you have TSR stuff. I used to play a version of Traveler ages ago. Oh, like I said, I think you guys have a lot in common. You and Unicorn. Um, and Simply Steve says, I always confuse the wings over the world group, the shape of things in the shape of things come with the movie Wings. Oh yes, Wings Over the World. My gosh, that you just sparked some memories right there. I love that movie, Shape of Things to Come. It's just one of those grandiose movies. What it was, I think it was 1931, I believe. Just crazy good sci-fi right there. Really good sci-fi. Um, yeah, and William like also quite different movies. Yes, absolutely. Um, Definitely different movies. Gary Cooper was in Wings as well, which is really kind of really cool to see him so young. And Volcano says, I have 30 years of painting experience. What? Oh my God. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a skill. My gosh. I mean, it's an incredible skill, to be very honest. Very incredible skill. Definitely, you're amongst people who respect the arts. And Burger says, "It's so hot in Houston, I forgot my own name." Oh, no. Memory, loss inducing. And Maddie's daddy says, "It's so hot in Vegas that I saw a dog chasing a cat, and they were both walking." Um, and Volcano says, "I played often GURPS back in the day." I am not aware of what GURPS is. Um, Let me see. And William Blake Call says, "Okay, Maddie's daddy wins. The dog's cats one made me laugh." And Maddie's daddy says those are all original jokes. Okay, well we're gonna need like to. It seems like you have a special talent for those things. So we're gonna have to put together a joke night of just listening to um, jokes. Those are great ones. I like really good. Craftmate says Activision is going to use AI to censor foul language uh, use during gameplay. Oh wow, that's that's interesting. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, some people may enjoy that or feel like it's necessary. Um, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. That's a tough one. And the hidden says hints of Dutch pretending to be a Terminator in Dark Fate seems to be from scenes of his house and bed. Reminded Terminators don't need houses or beds to sleep on. Oh, interesting. He is truly a Terminator, though, right? By the end, he does like break apart, just like all the other Terminators do. But that's an interesting catch. Like somebody's really going into the details. And Kitty says, original jugs of the best ones. The steel. Oh, sorry. I think Siri is off the chain right now. I don't think that she I think she's not she's malfunctioning. And Manny says, here's my favorite. My ex came home wearing a new silky dress. So I pushed her down the stairs. Oh no. That's messed up. All right, guys, we've come to the end, and that's really messed up. And we've gone to the point where we need to look at the rest of the list. And I need to do this in a timely manner because I do have a heart out for all of you guys. I will have my alarm ring during the time where I need to like simmer down this party, and because I do have something planned right after this that I need to go do. But I've given us a good chunk of time, like more than 2 hours to complete this. So that's pretty decent. I wouldn't say, um, that's decent amount, at least 2 hours. And so here we go. AI, robots, and cyborgs in cinema part 2. And this is the part 2 of the actual list that we've comprised together. Um, okay, so this is pretty standard, right? We all know these guys. And they appear several times during this this presentation, if you will. Um, yes, Keith E is getting a slinky dress, which is like, you know how you see the slinks go down the stairs. Yes. And the Outcast Creative is here. Did you want me on at the end? I don't like. I don't know. You can kind of join me. And this is just reacting to these because a lot of these I haven't seen before. Maybe you've seen them. I haven't, but it's really great to be able uh, to to have someone to react to some of these things with. So let me know if you want to join. Like I said, I do have a time frame of 2 hours that I can talk about it this stuff before I have to go rush off. And the clock will strike 12, and I'll have to rush home before my glass slipper falls up. Oh my God, you guys are really leaving some comments down here. Okay, Simply Steve 68 says, "Okay, boys, we're on a time limit. Synchro your watches." That's right. And William Blake Hall is saying hi to Outcast. And Varian says, if the liquid metal Terminator from Terminator 2 counts, then does oh wow, I didn't think about that. It's possible. It's possible. It's very possible. Um, right? Does he turn into? It's like a robot at the end. Um, and and Unicorn Rampant Studio says he heard us calling him. Like, hey, Lance. uh, And yes, Lance, we were talking about your show about miniatures today, and Volcano also makes miniatures and is a fantastic painter. So we were talking about all that stuff. So yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. Um, and yes, Keith E mentioned it says Lance Volcanoes on here deals with a lot of miniatures. That's why we were talking. And um oh, did you leave a link in the chat? I didn't see a link. I didn't see a link. It probably won't let you link because you don't have clearance, but let us know if there's a channel or something that we should be doing. Maybe one of the mods in the chat can find your link for you. And Brogu says 3CPO and R2D2 classic Star Wars. Disney is doing their very best to delete these these characters, right? I don't even know. Like at this point though, I like they should be interesting. Like, yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to have like Adventures of C3PO and R2D2 as sort of like a little side cutesy, thing. There are like at least 4 to 5 different animated shows that Disney could have came up with for kids surrounding a lot of these classic characters and even some of the newer characters like Grogu. I don't see how hard it is to put together a really cute. They did do something of like a little promo, but they did not actually like come up with a real thing. that was work. Oh my God! Look, Lance is in the green room, guys. Let's bring him on. But let's see. I did want to continue talking about this thing. Hey,
Yeah.
Lance.
Should be called the steam room. So
Is it hot where you are as well?
it's absolutely baking here. It's like sitting inside an oven, and
Oh man.
I put your T-shirt on especially,
Oh, that's so cool.
even though
Thank you.
just now I wasn't wearing a shirt because it was so hot. Don't let me interrupt. I wasn't sure if I was. I know you said, "Hey, do you want to join me on Friday?" I couldn't remember A, what we were talking about, B, if you wanted me to pop in at the end or come on earlier. Or anyway, you carry on, and I will find opportunities to
Yes, well, what
chip
we're
in
doing
something
right
useful.
now is reacting to some of the movies that are going to be here. I did, yeah, um, we were talking about these classic characters, C3PO and R2D2, and I was saying, what a great idea would have been to have these little like things for kids, but it's also cute I love cute things. So I like looking at these like little like animated like 10-minute features where you have like a little adventure with C3PO and R2D2. Like how cool would that have been? Or
Didn't they do
or
something like that called droids? Or am I imagining that? Or
I'm talking about now. Like
oh,
I
now?
know, yeah,
Okay.
like I'm not talking about like what was done in the past because it
Mm,
doesn't seem like, but I'm saying something modern right now, like a new little adventure like for these guys, or even Grogu would have been nice to have like a little animated something for that cute character. Chopper, we've got that weird little, um, we have all these
yeah.
droids and that are cute and all these characters that are really adorable. Why not do something with them? You're Disney, you're for kids. Why not? It's
You
like,
definitely could do like short 10-minute,
yeah,
almost comical in tone strips, which I think would fit
ah,
quite nicely in the universe. A bit like the opening
exactly.
cartoon at the beginning of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Absolutely.
Do you
Yeah.
get where I'm coming from when I say
Yes.
yeah?
Yeah,
You
just
could almost do those.
a little snippet, little vignettes, maybe like something to just just to entertain people who want to see cute things. But
Mhm.
anyway, I don't want to go too far off that. But thank you, Brogu, for that awesome
Well, as Obi-Wan would
thing.
say, when one is on a stream with retro, one is never far from cuteness.
Ah, that's sweet. But this is exactly retro. I said the same thing. And why not make a little series with CG? This would be awesome. So
Would be
awesome.
good. Would be good.
Um, and, Unicorn Rampant Studio says, well, then, what was that cartoon droids about? Oh, when was that?
Yeah, I'm sure there was a cartoon called
Was it?
Droids. I vaguely remember an animation called Droids in the was it am I thinking the 90s or
Yes, Darth Plato says that cat from Ahsoka, the Loth cat. I want to see things like that, like the little cat, doing cute things. I remember the old days when Mickey Mouse used to have like little things. Like they don't do that anymore. What happened? They don't want to do anything with Mickey Mouse even. Like,
yeah,
this is just so
I
frustrating. It's a long story. Oh, we've got a thing. Okay, so that
think
unicorn says, that's just a snippet of the Droids cartoon in 1985. Oh, cool.
yeah, I
Oh,
mean I
they
can't
due for another one. They're
yeah.
due for another one. They're due for another one. Thank you so much, unicorn. I'm actually gonna check that out after the show. I want to see something cute. Um, And Darth Plato is saying that there were multiple Ewok movies too.
Yeah. There's even one of those I haven't actually seen and that's saying something for me because back then I would have digested anything Star Wars related. Um Can't remember. I saw Caravan of Courage and the Battle of Endor, but I think there's a third one.
Oh, right. That you know
Think
way more about that than I do. And
yeah.
Unicorn says, "I got it," but I mean, there's so many mutually exclusive timelines nowadays. Yes, there is so many. Um, all right, so I'm going to star that, and then we're gonna push forward with this thing. Thank you, Unicorn, for that awesome link there. I appreciate it.
Are we going from 2002 to like present day?
To present day.
Wow. Okay.
So 2002, we've got Resident Evil, the Red Queen. Are you familiar with this show at all? Anybody familiar with this
Now
show?
was this a movie? Was this the first movie?
Yes.
So wasn't this the movie that had the sequence where the kind of tack team gets attacked by the laser defense
Oh gosh, yes.
and
And
they all
so
get
that made me
sliced
almost
up?
want to throw up.
I mean that I have to say that was an amazing scene. Although I kind of found it annoying because at the end I remember the laser thing just formed a grid and killed the last guy, and I thought, well, if the laser thing can just form a grid and kill anybody in that space, it would have just done that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know why it waited, but
so
it
so
was
you could
weird.
so you could argue that the reason that it waited was because the defense system was AI sentient and it was taunting them.
Oh.
See,
And Darth Plato says that he saw droids on Saturday
that's
morning
right. Yeah, it
cartoons
was. It was on. It was,
along with WWF wrestlers cartoon. Okay, well, I'm gonna go scour uh, uh, Disney Plus and see if I can find some droids cartoons. I may be, I may not be up to it. Oh, Sonic Mojo is here. Hello, says hi, nerd girl. Says much love from Jackson, Florida. Wow, cool. And Zax is here. Zax, I was just talking about our incredible show with everyone. It was we ended up talking about for a second. Tom Conkle mentioned the movie Wings, in which I actually had a scene from Wings and didn't even know I did. So it was really kind of a cool discovery to
mm,
find out later after the show that I that was the movie. But yes,
well
that was a
done.
wonderful, a really great and informative video that I did on your show. And I urge anyone to really definitely go check that out. I might actually provide a link before the show ends.
Just
And
FYI, so Droids ran for one season from 85 to 86, 13 episodes plus a special, 22 minutes an episode with Anthony Daniels reprising his voice role for C3PO. So I knew I'd seen it, but I mean, it's so long ago I couldn't remember anything about it other than it was okay. It was definitely aimed at kids.
yeah, I have to check it out then because I
It
didn't
would,
even know
it
that
would
it
be
really existed.
it would be quite interesting to watch now retrospectively and compare the writing in it with some of the modern shows of
Ooh,
today.
yes. Okay, so I was thinking about doing a TV series um actually like watch parties and like talking and discussing about
Mm.
TVs, but that might go on the list. That might go on the list. I wanted to do gargoyles first because my friend Mads Mama Bear wanted to do that with us on the show. So I think that was going to be one of them gargoyles, but I'm going to put that droid show on the list. And Simply sees that I checked out of RE Afterlife the movie. Oh, okay. Is that the one with the White Queen? There's one with the White Queen too. um,
Yeah, I can't comment any more on Resident Evil. I seem to recall that this was the best of the. I always thought the first one was the best of the Resident Evil movies, but I mean, that's a long time ago, so I saw that.
yeah.
Hard to Hard to say. Hard to say. I
And
need to watch it
Darth,
now.
Darth Vader says, "Does anyone remember the Pac-Man cartoon?"
I do.
Absolutely.
I do,
Yeah,
with Mrs. Pac-Man. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and yeah, Zax is says I had an amazing time with RNG on ZachTube with Vernon Wells showing up was surreal. Yes, Vernon Wells showed up, and we guys all know him from the Mad Max movies. He
You
was
mean he was on the channel? He was
yeah,
on
he
Zach?
was on he was actually on the stream with us. Just a wonderful.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
that's
God, he's
cool.
super delightful.
When did
Okay.
that happen?
That was, 2 nights ago. 2
Oh
nights
shit, I
ago.
I totally 2 nights ago I was at the Friday
You
night.
yeah, you were busy. You
I
were
was with
busy.
I was with Critical Drinker and
Yeah, you were busy.
and
So,
meeting Kung
um
Fu Hot Dog. Yeah. What a great name for a YouTuber, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was a wonderful show, and I'm gonna provide a link before, we go so that way, I just wanna get through this list really
Yeah.
quickly. So we got, 2002 Star Trek Nemesis Data and B4. Um,
Um that now is am I right in thinking Nemesis is the one with Tom Hardy in it?
yes, that's the one with Tom Hardy.
I give that 3 out of 10 on IMDb. I thought that film was utter rubbish. Utter rubbish.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I managed to miss that one.
I could
Then
literally see the writers in the writers' room going, "Oh, what should we do for the bad guy in this movie? Oh, I know. We'll give him a bigger spaceship. Oh, yeah, that's so original." I was just like, "Oh,
yeah, I didn't see it, so I can't comment, but,
that
I
was
thought
just,
it looked intriguing because,
it looked good."
Tom Hardy plays a younger version of Patrick Stewart, right? And I thought
Yeah.
they put a prosthetic on his nose, and, it was interesting. Um, we've got this movie Simone here, which I've never seen. Have you guys seen this
I,
movie
I've seen it.
Simone?
I've seen it.
You have?
I have seen it. I
Eh,
really liked it,
oh, wow.
and I think it's actually really prophetic as well because now here's I mean talk about relevant. You want to watch this movie now and see how relevant it is. The basic story is that Al Pacino creates this AI persona, Simone,
Mhm.
who everybody thinks is a real person. And he creates her. I forget the exact setup, but it's something to do like he creates her to fill in for an actress who lets him down or something like that. And she gets
Oh.
all the attention, and then she becomes this big creation, which he's effectively controlling, and everybody's trying to get to her through him, but she is just AI. So I mean, it's a really interesting film because it's already setting up that argument of you know about AI versus actors, and of course it will get to the point where studios will want to use AI actors, let alone
Mhm.
AI scripts.
Yeah. Yep.
um, just so producers can pay themselves even more money. That's all it's about. Um, so yeah, it's like William Blake Hall saying in the chat right now. It's very relevant today. It totally is. It's I think if anything, this movie should be re-released. Fantastic film, and Pacino's really good in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I give it 8 out of 10.
What? An 8 out of 10?
Yeah,
That's high
but
praise. Okay. So
really good
that is
film,
going on
really
my
good
list.
script,
That's
good performances. It tackles the subject well. If it's ticking the boxes of its own objectives, then it's always going to score high with me.
and Darth Plato says that Agents of Shield went overboard with this angle, too realistic AI androids. I never did. Oh, you mean Agent the TV show, right? I did not see that one. So we've got 2002 Godzilla against Mecha Godzilla, and of
Mm,
course Mecha Godzilla. There's a lot
yep.
of Mecha Godzilla in this.
Not sure I saw that.
Yeah, I do have a Godzilla phase coming up. I know that I'm gonna start from the
I,
very beginning of all the Godzilla movies, and
I like the older ones that they used to show on Saturday afternoons. You know, you had the crab monster chucking the big rock in the sea. Do you remember that with and the
yeah,
Hydra? And you had the guys in the costumes, and they were like big model sets. And I'm a big
yeah,
fan of
and
those.
yeah,
Big
and
fan.
Mothra.
Yeah.
Grogu says this is his jam, like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Now you're talking.
Right. We want a movie
And
called Grogu versus Jawa. Okay.
and
Simulation One. That's right. Yeah, Simulation One. Yeah.
yes, Simone short for Simulation One. And thank you, William Blake Hall, for that. Thank you. Let's see. So, oh gosh. Um, let's see. The next one on my list here is 2003 Matrix Reloaded, the Ancients, of course, and the Sentinels. And you could even say the entire program, the architect, and all those different programs that are in this movie.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw this at the cinema, and the stunt woman who doubled for Carrie Ann Moss was on my channel a few weeks
that's
ago.
right. What was her name?
Debbie Evans, and she did the
Debbie Evans.
motorcycle chase sequence, and she did it at real speed, which actually I was really surprised to find out
She's
about.
incredible.
And I felt that they'd CGI'd that chase, and she said no, she did it at real speed, but it's Carrie Ann Moss's face is CGI'd onto her head,
Incredible.
so that's
Like,
why
I
it's got a
think
bit of
she
a
is
CGI
just
vibe.
she is just one of the best, in the business. Like, all of the stunts that
Yeah.
she has done, and
Yeah,
it's
you
just
did you pop in
incredible.
on were you pop in on that interview? Were you
No,
there?
no, I just watched that
Yeah, oh, that's right,
retroactively.
you watched it afterwards. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I watch everything. I watch everything.
Okay. Um,
And then,
Good to know that you're responsible for most of my 45 minutes viewing time this month.
let's see. Um, let's see. Why is
Oh,
that happening? Okay,
yeah.
so 2003 Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. We
Yeah,
talked about this movie at
Sorry.
great detail.
Yeah, next.
Um,
Not a fan of that film. She was quite
okay.
good. She was quite good in that part, but, can't remember what else she went on to do, but,
Yeah, she did some other movies, smaller
yeah.
movies. She's um does her best as an actress, you have to keep working.
Oh,
And
so, Retro, while you've got that still up, let me get
okay.
you this photograph to show that so it's relevant to that very picture. Carry on talking about that
Okay,
film,
well,
and I'll grab it for you.
2003, the Matrix Revolutions, Agents, and Sentinels. And I should have added the programs as well. But Simply Steve, it says, yes, the rubber suited guys in Godzilla movies. Yes, they were all
Yeah.
pretty much in rubber suits, and they were really, I think there was a charm to it, knowing there was a guy in there, and they did all those cool moves. But I do want to see the older ones, and then I want to move my way all the way up to the
So
contemporary times,
so this will
because
this will surprise you. Before I show you this photograph,
well, if
um,
you if you if you give me the photograph, it's gonna take off my slideshow.
oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that's
well, we don't want to do that.
yes,
Okay,
and
so
then I have to
what I was just going to
redo
say
it.
is I have a photograph of one of those creatures, the original prop.
Oh, yes, I did see it from your video today,
Of
that
course you
there
do, 'cause
was yes,
as you said, you watch everything. So for the benefit of those people watching, I was surprised myself to find out that when I visited a museum, that these creatures, they created models of them. I think there were some that were CGI as well, but they were miniatures, and I think they designed them as well so that the either the arms could move or the arms could float in water to give them that kind of sort of octopus fluid attack.
oh,
Anyway,
cool.
there's one of them in the miniatures museum which I took a picture of, and I just did a stream about the miniatures museum last night. So it's on my channel.
Yes.
You can see the photo that I was trying to find for Retro, but yeah, we don't want to take the slideshow down. I forget
Yeah.
about the technicals of these things. I've not been a YouTuber very
They're
long.
so weird, right?
Yeah.
One day we'll be able to do so much more. I just have to get to that level. But we got DJ Hellhammer here in the house. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
And Volcano says that Christiana Loken had a TV series, Painkiller Jane. Have it here in my home on DVD. Oh, cool. Yeah, she did. She did quite a few things, including I think Blood Rain was one thing that she did. That was really I had fun with that movie. And then there was also another thing that she did called Mercenaries.
Oh,
That
that
was
was
really.
that was produced by a friend of mine. If it's the one with the 4 girls in, right?
Mhm. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Um, with I believe I forgot her name, her last name, but her first name is Zoe, the stunt person. I
Yeah. It
forgot, but
was mostly
she's like one of the she did all of the Xena Warrior Princess TV show stunt.
filmed in the UK.
Yeah.
That's where he's from.
And so and Zach says that he says I don't think I ever watched or
Rewatch.
rewatched Revolutions. Yeah. It's
Me
one of
neither.
those things I don't think I've rewatched it either. Just you know, the extras they were cool, but honestly the first movie was I think the very best. Um
Yeah.
and Unicorn says autocorrect attacks. Yes. It's trying to correct everybody, either Siri or autocorrect. And same. And Darth Plato says never bought into the Matrix series. Yeah, I think it lost a lot of its juice after the first movie because the first movie introduced something interesting and then it just kept going with some other weird idea. And I was like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
different from the thing." And William Blake Hall says Cristiano Loke used to be on a show, Pensacola, Wings of Gold. I didn't know that. You guys are so thorough. And Volcano says that she was the lead actress in Painkiller James. Also have the Mercenary movie at home. Oh wow,
Yeah.
cool, cool. And Brogu's also letting us know that Godzilla is on Pluto TV. Enjoy, everyone. Yes.
Ah, I'm
All right.
not sure I have Pluto TV, but
Oh, well, you don't need to
is
have
it
it.
free?
It's actually on, yeah, you could just type in Pluto TV and it'll come
Okay.
up. I watched a few movies on it already and it's free. 2003 Godzilla Tokyo SOS Mechagodzilla. We got another one for you, Brogu. And it turns out yes, Volcano is a Christiana Loken fan right here. Cool.
Wow.
Uh
Sure many people are fans of hers.
Yeah,
Many
she
people.
is gorgeous and she's a decent actor when given the right work to so I think she's good.
Yeah, I
Um,
think she's good.
2004 iRobot. I did see this. Vicky, virtual intelligence, kinetic intelligence, and also Sunny the robot, as well as many other robots. Did you ever see this one?
I saw iRobot.
Yeah.
I saw that at the cinema. That's the Will Smith thing.
Hmm.
Actually, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've never seen it since, but it was just one of those films I saw like one time. And um, but Vicky, that must have been a straight to video over here, as we said back then, or straight to
No, no, no,
platform.
no. This is one of the characters in the. I didn't. Sorry, I didn't
Oh, she's
highlight
one.
it.
Oh, she's the. Hang on, she's the interface in that movie, isn't she?
Yes, yes, yes,
Sorry.
yes. No, that's okay. Yes, I usually have it highlighted, and I
Oh,
didn't have it highlighted.
Lance's
But
brain not quite working.
no,
Very hot here, guys. Very
listen.
hot. Does affect me. So
And
just
also, we must appreciate that you weren't feeling 100%. Your voice was you were
um
having troubles with your voice, and so you're here.
yeah.
We really appreciate that you're here with us.
Oh yeah,
And
that's I think I sweated my cold out of me when I was at the meet because it was so it was like an oven in that venue, even though they had the the aircon on full blast. And at one point, a load of us went outside to get some fresh air, but it was warmer outside than it was inside the building. So,
oh,
so we all had to go back inside again. Stepford Wives I saw.
Oh,
This
good.
is
Yeah.
the remake. This is the remake of the
And yeah,
original.
the one from 1975, which we talked about last time. William
I
Blake
actually
Hall
thought
says,
this was pretty good. This film.
say that again.
I actually thought this movie was pretty. As a
Oh,
remake, I
good.
thought it was pretty good. Is it the one with There's one of the wives is like, is it Bette Midler or somebody like
Yes.
that? She's trying to warn people at the beginning. Yeah, that's yeah.
Absolutely. And William Blake Hall says Godzilla on Pluto Ghidorah was once on Planet X. And okay, so Unicorn Rapid Studio says iRobot was a first time view. As a first time view was just incredible. It can begin to disintegrate into just charming performances if you watch it a few times. Yeah, it was one of those things that yeah, definitely in the first viewing, that tunnel scene with that huge truck and those
Mm,
robots coming out. That was a really great scene, great visual, lots of heady concepts in it. Lots of heady
yeah,
concepts in it, but after a while, it kind of doesn't seem to have as much punch. And Darth Vader says, "I'm Mud from classic Trek."
wrong era. So.
So yes, Stepford Wives. I mean,
Ah,
the one thing about Stepford Wives, I'm going to go back to really quickly is that
yeah.
Stepford Wives, though the remake did get a little cheesy with the whole dollar bills coming out of that lady's mouth. It's just like we didn't. I get it, I understand it, but it was a little bit too much. Um,
I'd have to rewatch it, but I vaguely remember the scene.
There were 1 or
Scene that you
2
mean.
cheesy moments, and I was like, "Oh." Then we've got
Bad in
to the
bad intelligence. Bad intelligence. No,
I love this movie so much. Team
yeah.
America, World Police, Intelligence, and it is highly inappropriate. It's a very inappropriate movie, but of course, the laughs are from they just come. It's just really, incredibly funny movie, and the technical aspects of what they're doing in this movie is totally fantastic. It's really incredible. If anybody's like big fans of those old shows from the 60s, they're doing a lot of the same kind of things from those shows, and it's just really really cool. It's like a throwback, but with inappropriate early aughts humor.
Yeah, it's, you have to see it to believe it. I think the film's a work of genius. It's of course it's by the creators of South Park, so you kind of
Yeah.
know what you're getting.
Oh yeah, they and I do like quite a few of their films. There's one I can't say on air, but there's one. The name of it is too bad, but
Oh,
it's
oh yes,
really
God, I must remember we're a child-friendly channel, aren't we?
yes,
So I have
child
to keep
friendly
my
channel, but it's hilarious. And by the way, if you think, oh, puppets are so cute, it's your first time hearing about Team America World Police. It is not for kids. It is a grown
yeah.
up. It's very grown up.
Gary,
And
Gary.
Darth Plato says Team America World Police is a spoof, but it's based on reality. FDR wanted a four policeman scheme to police the world. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Not sure how that would have worked, but
um, and Darth Vader, you just have the best information, historic information. And William Blake Hall says, only a woman could. No, William Blake Hall, you can't
that
say that.
that's a quote from the movie. I'm just going to remind people that it is a child-friendly channel,
Yes.
and not even not even
Oops.
not even implied sketches of heavy metal are allowed in the chat. So my
Yeah.
hands are still scalding from the previous occasion.
And
Not these puppets.
simply, Steve says, not these puppets ain't for kids. Yes, they are not for kids. Oh my goodness.
By the way, I
Um,
saw that in a cinema that was completely full. like
Yes.
500 people in there. Can you imagine the laughs? It was just
Oh my God! I bet it was real. People were dying laughing. And
yeah.
Brogu says, "Team America, Thunderbirds, anyone?"
Oh,
Yes, the
dude,
most
they're all
inappropriate
there.
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds are all here, Brogu. I've got everything.
Yeah, I love
Uh,
those guys. I love that whole thing. And the miniatures, see, we're going back to miniatures
yeah.
there, and that show was just incredible. And Simply Steve 68 mentions Captain Scarlet too.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I've got
Um,
a
oh look, Bonzo Kilborn is here. Says hi to both of us. He says hi, Retro Nerd Girl. Hi, Outcast Lance. Hail all. Great. Oh, wait a minute. Show us what you're. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa,
mentioned
whoa, 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 whoa.
Captain Scarlet. This is an SPV special patrol vehicle from.
Okay, hold on, hold on.
There you go. And
Guys, are you looking at that? That's amazing.
why you've got the big screen up? The limited edition Thunderbird 3 I've got is up there. So it's the real,
What?
the real big one up there, and then there's a smaller one, and a Thunderbird 1 under. But
That is so cool.
there's only 1,000 of those. So, and then there's a diecast 0X under that from Thunderbirds the movie, which I'll but I don't want to. Let's not start the stream. We've got a load of other movies to get through.
Simply Steve is saying awesome,
Let's not go
Outcast.
down that rabbit hole.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna do a stream called Lance's Toys or something, and I'm gonna
Please do.
get them all
Yes.
out. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do one about my vinyl soundtrack collection as well. So
You're doing one on your channel and then one on my channel, right?
listen, you know me. I'll come on your channel anytime you need me. So
Because yeah, I love show and tell. Show and tell is the best. Okay.
that's what I need to call it, actually, show and tell. So
Let's see if I can get us back to where we were. Yeah, there we are. Oh, look, John Walker is here. Oh, well, there you are. Hi, John Walker. How are you?
hello.
All right.
Is that Rocket from Barbarella? No. That's Thunderbird 3 Volcano. So
Yeah.
I think they were asking about my rocket.
All right. Now let's keep going. We've got 2005 Robots. This is such a sweet story. I love this movie so much. I'm definitely going to review this movie on my channel. It's so tender and sweet. And Ewan McGregor plays the main robot in this, and he's just his voice is so good, and just so lovable. So love this movie so much. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, do you know I'd forgotten about that film, and I actually saw that in the cinema. And I
You
had
did?
yeah, and I had completely forgotten about it. Yeah, it did get a little because it looked a bit Pixar-ish. It wasn't
Yeah.
Pixar, but you know, it looked a bit Pixar-ish. So kind of back then, I was going to see anything like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Sorry, you continue.
Yeah, no, and I believe Holly Berry's in it as well. And we've got
Always
2005 Stealth Extreme Deep Invader EDI, which I've never seen this movie. Anybody seen this movie? Stealth.
Yeah. Also, so this is the one with Josh. What's his name in it? It's when they've got the fighter craft on the secret mission, and I think the EDI is either the thing they're going to bomb or it's I forget which. I've only seen the movie once, and I saw it at the cinema. It was okay. It's kind of got a kind of behind enemy lines kind of vibe. I would say that the EDI element of it doesn't feel like a massive part of the story, and I didn't feel the chemistry between the actors. Josh Lucas is the actor I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah. And Volcano says saw Robots in 2005 in cinema
Yeah.
as well. And Wayne Play Call says, I think around this time was Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
That
Ooh.
I saw at the cinema, and I saw
Giant
that.
Roberts.
Yeah.
Giant robots storming the city. What a movie.
I love that film because it had that really cool, dare I use the word, retro look.
Like steampunk in
Yeah,
a
very
way.
Art Deco crossed with steampunk.
Yeah.
And I just really liked the design of the ships and
The
um,
mi
yeah,
Yeah, everything was like a mixture of, like, the past and the future. It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And Nigel is here, says, "Has anyone heard of Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury?"
I have
There were 2 female robots in that. Yeah, well, that one was, I believe, a TV movie done in, prior to 2002, so we would not be talking about it
yeah.
today, but
It
in the
was a
movie
mini-series.
the miniseries did not have those 2 robots as far as I remember. It's one
No,
of my favorites. It's one of my favorites.
yeah, I don't think it had them in it. They cut quite a lot of the book out.
Yeah,
It's a big book, and it was like a 4-part miniseries, if I remember rightly. And I watched it about 10 years ago.
yep, me too.
It doesn't hold up that well. In
To
my
me, it does. There's, like, certain moments that I really, um,
I
are
love
really good.
I love the ending. I think the
Yeah,
ending's
the
amazing.
ending was very, yeah,
The
interesting,
ending's
and
amazing because it's really kind of quite spooky.
yeah,
But
I think the
I think the pacing of the show for a modern audience would not really sit
Oh,
well.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with it. Uh But there were quite a few intriguing stories, and much like the book, it did have, like, vignettes of, like, little stories, but leading up to this big one at the final thing.
Mm.
But, of course, I loved all the stuff that was on with the Martians, the actual Martian, uh, characters. Um,
Yeah, but that wasn't a big
William says,
portion.
he saw Stealth, and it didn't impress him very much. Oh,
Yeah, I'd give Stealth like a 6 out of 10. Wasn't nothing special.
and Darth Plato says it didn't like Stealth, watched it because it was Jamie Foxx's movie after Collateral, which I loved. Oh, interesting, interesting.
Mm.
Um, and let's see, and Angelina too. She's in this.
Do you know what? Honestly, can't remember.
Volcano says also with Angelina Jolie wearing a fishbowl as a helmet. Really nice. I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, she must have been. Oh, are you talking about? You're talking about Sky Captain because
Oh, yeah, yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
You guys are talking about Sky
Yeah.
Captain now.
I was
Okay,
thinking
so
I
we're
don't
like in
remember
between.
Angelina Jolie in
Yeah,
Stealth.
we're bouncing everywhere. It seems like.
All right, let's move on from this one.
Yes, let's move on. Unicorn says South has was the driest, blandest cracker. Gosh. And even the hidden says that he saw Stealth as well. Um, and the script from Stealth did have words in it spoken by appropriate actors on cue.
Yeah, I mean that's about all you can say about it, really. And I have to say I'm not a massive fan of Josh Lucas as an actor.
Oh.
Just find him a bit. Don't I don't find he has much presence, Josh Lucas.
Yeah.
He's an actor I feel conflicted over because he tries really hard, but I've seen him in about 4 films now, and he's never quite working for me for some reason.
All right. The next one is 2005's The
Uh,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
mm,
Marvin the Paranoid Android.
yeah.
Um,
I'm so depressed.
and we're back to Star Wars again, 2005, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. We had the battle droids, C3PO, R2D2, all those cool robots. 2007, we got Resident Evil Extinction, the White Queen. Did anybody see this?
I don't think I did.
Yeah, this is when
Um, I think that probably went straight into the bargain bucket of blockbusters.
they went threw it right in there.
I feel
Now,
like I did see this though. I feel like I did see
yes,
Meet the Robin.
this is one of my favorites. 2007, Meet the Robinsons really didn't do that great in the box office, but when I finally got a chance to see it, was wonderful. We've got her name is sometimes called Doris, but she's 15, and also Carl. So yeah, just a really great movie in my opinion, but it's one that you've gotta see, um, you know, I don't know. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's just
Am I
it's
right in
cute.
thinking like Carl's really tiny in it?
Um, yeah, he's just like one of the little robot doodads that help people.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
And then we've got 2008 Eagle Eye, autonomous reconnaissance intelligent integration analyst, ARIA.
Yeah. I think I saw this and
You did.
yeah, I saw it on video and I just remember becoming completely disinterested in it. Don't think it really was anything to write home about.
And then 2008 Iron Man, Jarvis, of course, everybody knows about
Yeah.
Jarvis.
Great
Um,
stuff. Went back in the day when Marvel films were good.
yeah. And did Volcano says, did we have Red Planet Valkyrie robot Amy wreaked havoc on the surface of Mars? Yes. Well, you're mentioning it's 2001, and our list here is starts at 2002, so that would be in the next in the
Previous.
previous
Yeah.
video. So we did cover that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember you mentioning Red Planet.
yeah, and let's see. We'll keep going here. 2008,
Ah,
Wally and
net
Eve.
10 out of 10 on IMDb for me.
Yes, yes. I love this movie so much.
I love it too.
Oh, it's so great.
And do you know what it gets? But this is a movie that gets better on repeated viewings as
Oh,
well
yeah.
because you just notice more things. Like you'll notice more things in the trash on the
Mhm.
planet, like little Easter eggs and stuff.
Oh.
And then when you get on the fat people's spaceship, am I allowed to say fat people's spaceship? Well, they are fat in it, so I think we can. Um, and yeah, that you just notice like lots of other little devices and things in the background. Yeah.
You cannot help yourself.
Sorry, am I? Is that bad? Am I not supposed to say that? I mean, it is a cartoon, and there is a message in. What's
Yes.
the correct term
I
now?
don't know.
I don't know either.
All right.
Anyway,
Well,
there's a great message in there for
yeah.
kids, which is eat appropriately.
Yes, it's really good. It's really um yes, I mean it Wally is phenomenal.
Yeah,
It's got so many
Ollie.
deep layers of um of subtext.
Yeah,
It's saying something, but it's not like really it actually makes sense with the story, you know?
you could argue that the main message of Wally is that the AI in the film discovers the meaning of love, couldn't you?
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
could argue that
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
because you don't really know if I forget what the thing on the left is called. The character's name, Eva. Is it Eva? Does he call her
Eve.
Eve or Eva? Right. Yeah. I mean, she is essentially AI in the movie,
Mhm.
but by the end of the movie, she's kind of become emotionally sentient.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's kind of there's a beautiful message in there somewhere. You could interpret it any way you want it. Actually, some
Mhm.
might say it's a dangerous thing, but I prefer to interpret it as a beautiful thing.
Yes. And also, like, how many stories today do we have centered around love? The theme of love, or love being a like something that's incredible. It's almost like nobody wants to acknowledge love as a subject matter in any movie these days. I mean, it's one of the most natural things that happen in humanity, and it's just sad. Like we're not even tapping into stories like this, and how powerful it is, and how you feel something when you're done watching this, and you want to talk about it. And so, yeah, I really would love to see more stories like this. And of course, The robots in this story they're not, Terminator type robots, or Skynet type robots. There's one or two, one a robot in particular has an issue, but on the most part, they're really, really, not that way. They're friendly. So
Mm.
that's a different way of looking at a robot story. Then we've got 2008, The Day the Earth Stood Still
This is a
remake.
this is a remake that should not have been remade.
Yes, agreed. And I think they thought that this was going to be so cool, but it was not. The message was not translated properly. And Volcano has something interesting to say here. He says, Wally was also about mankind making itself obsolete by employing robots to do all the hard work.
Yeah, yeah.
That was also, yep, good point. Good point. And they got lazy and they stopped thinking. They stopped thinking for themselves. And that is a real problem when human beings stop thinking for themselves. Um, so then we have 2009 Terminator Salvation, Skynet, the Terminator, and all those groovy
Uh,
mechanized creatures.
we did the fix for this already, if I remember rightly.
Yes, yeah, we did the fix. We didn't do the ultimate fix, but
Ah,
we did mostly that wonderful fix that you had was so good. Um,
I
I
like to
really
think of my
enjoyed it.
my fix as the ultimate fix.
What?
I'm
You
just kidding.
you then we have 2009 Echelon Conspiracy.
Hmm.
Martin Sheen, yes, Martin Sheen is in this, which is very,
I don't
cool.
think I'm familiar with this film, which for me to say that is unusual.
Yeah, yeah, this is one I've never seen before. I'd love to
I'm
see it.
just wondering
Uh,
if in the UK it may have been released under a different
oh,
title.
it's possible. I didn't even know it existed. I've never heard of this. So it may be really have been released from uh, uh, it may have been a, low budget production. Let's see. Brogu says there's no love in movies anymore. When is the last time you saw a real love story, not sex in infatuation, real love? It doesn't exist in today's movies. No, it doesn't. It
Uh,
doesn't exist in today's movies at all. I don't see any movies where like the power of love overcomes everything, like overcomes like all the problems. Remember all those like movies that were like, all you need is the power of love,
mm.
and just no longer something that is used anymore. And the Daily Dan blog is here, and says
Daily Dan.
greetings from South Carolina. Greetings
Oh,
to you as well.
yeah.
Um,
Greetings to Dawson's Creek land, which I believe is where you're from.
and simply Steve is saying that Keanu Reeves is an alien in The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh.
Yeah, it's truly comical. Because look, given the right work, of course, you can see he can do excellent work. But that movie was not great, in my opinion. Um,
This film, by the way, was released under Dark Castle Entertainment. Now that was a subsidiary of Warner Brothers that was
oh,
specifically set
okay,
up to make horror movies with a budget of, I think it was 20 million or under. Because I remember when Dark
oh,
Castle
really?
Entertainment was set up. Yeah, because I tried to send them a script. So this is one of the movies that they did that I've
Interesting.
never heard of.
Yeah,
But I mean, Shane West, Edward Burns, Ving Rhames, and Jonathan Pryce were all big names in 2009. Plus, Martin Sheen.
yes,
So, I'm surprised. It didn't get a bit more of. But the director who made this film hasn't really done anything of note since. He's done a couple of movies, but nothing I've heard of.
yeah.
So I guess it bombed. It looks like it only made a box office of 2.1 million. and I think that's the cost of Martin Sheen's M&Ms for his
Oh
dressing room.
gosh.
No, I mean, but I mean that the paychecks of those actors would have been way bigger than that between them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess it didn't do very well. Released in the UK under Retro Space Station Kidnap. Okay, haven't seen that.
Again, Keith, he says, I watch the Hallmark Channel and everything ends up with love, usually in a snowstorm. And that's why I like that channel. That's why I watch those movies, because it's like, oh, wow, we have, and everybody doesn't look like,
Yeah,
you
we had
know,
that. Do you know what? There's not been like many kind of serious movies about people falling in love lately, have there? I mean, we're
no.
going off on a real tangent here, but it's always like romantic comedies
Yeah,
or
and
really
they're
silly.
cute, but I mean, I
Sure,
would
but
love like even a sci-fi movie where love is the secret to the answer to solving the problem or the magic of love. Never, it's like it's just.
well, guys, if you haven't seen the animated feature film Dick Deadeye, then you haven't found the secret of love. That's a movie you have to try and track down now. Okay, didn't see this. Hellboy 2: The Golden Army.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did see this, and it's really more of a guilty pleasure. There's a lot of overacting in it, which I absolutely adore. Ron Perlman is in there. Yes, William Blake Hall is like Hellboy. Ron Perlman fan here, and it is. I think it was really like if you look at all the props and all the stuff for this movie, it was all really a lot of craft and put into it. But there may be a little bit of
Sorry,
the story is a little bit, wacky doodle a little bit, but
I did see this.
yeah, you did?
The one I didn't see was the one that Neil Marshall directed.
Oh,
Um,
was it the first one?
he did the reboot.
Oh, god, yeah.
Um, so
I didn't
I did see this one because this is the one that had a whole room full of those golden suits of armor, didn't it?
mhm.
It's kind of
Yes,
like sort of
yes.
mechanical TikTok creatures, very Del Toro and Volcano. Just reminding you again, this is a children-friendly stream, so we won't be talking about Rick Jordan. Um, so,
Alright, and so 2009, we've got Moon
ah,
Gertie. Did you
such a
see this?
good film. Saw it at the
Yeah?
cinema. Saw it at the
Oh, wow.
cinema. Yeah. Uh,
I've never even heard of this.
You've never seen Moon
No, no,
with
no.
Sam Crazy Guy, Galaxy Quest Sam. Chat, help me out here. My brain is malfunction.
Sam
Um,
Elliott, Sam Worthington,
no, not
Sam
Worthington. The one that can act. The one that can actually act. Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Thank you.
Rockwell. Thank you, William Blake Hall.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Sam Rockwell. I mean, this is the film that kind of really proved that he could act and hold a movie.
Oh, Zach likes it as well.
Yeah, Moon is great. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's almost like a stage play, and in fact, you could do a stage play of Moon. And there's the whole question of there's I don't want to give it away, Retro. Actually, if you haven't seen it, you should just watch it.
Okay, I will. Okay,
Let's not say
so
any more about it because
let's not say
I
anything more.
can't.
According
Yeah,
to everyone, it's great. So we're
I
gonna
would
watch
put
it.
that. I would definitely bump that up to your top 5 of things I've got to watch soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And also, um, Sam Rockwell, Say No More, right?
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
amazing.
hey,
And I
I
know
think
Unicorn Rampant Studio is gonna
scroll.
like this one,
Uh
2010 Tron Legacy.
this was for me. This was a massive disappointment because
What?
you had the effects to do it properly. Visually, it looks amazing. The music, the sound design, amazing.
Oh, no.
The script, it was a nothing. I can't tell you what the plot was now. I can't tell you.
Oh.
All I know is they went back into the machine and some stuff happened. It looked great. It looked
May-
great. But it was
okay, well,
start.
maybe we'll need to see it one more time. Let's
Yeah, I
put it
saw
like
it
that.
twice in the same week because
What?
yeah, I went on a date to see the movie. I'll never forget that actually, and because the date was a disaster, and
I don't know how you guys can do it, go on a date while going to the movies at the same time.
well, actually, it was the second date. We went dinner first time, and then it was she said, "Oh, I think she got given tickets in a promotion." And then the funny thing was that then my friend Alan Marks, the guy I told you about, who worked in special effects, who passed away now, he suddenly said, "Lance, I've got tickets to see the premiere of Tron Legacy. You're coming as my plus one." So when I went to see it with the girl, I'd already seen it, and I kind of hated it and had to sit through it again. I didn't
Oh
hate it, but
no.
I just didn't think it was great. I just was, oh god, I got to sit through it again.
Okay, now for a different perspective, I do know that Unicorn loves this, and also Dark Plato says that it is a guilty pleasure of his. Unicorn says it makes it not great sequel, but it's one of the best in terms of complete fidelity to the original with a new idea.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
I would accept that. I mean, listen, he's not wrong, and there are a lot of things about the film that are great. But I'm a script writer, and if the script's not working for me, that's a big problem.
And
Um,
Simply Steve says, no spoilers for Tron Legacy. It was okay, but but a little continuity from the
continue,
original.
yeah, continuity. Yeah, I mean, Jeff
Hmm.
Bridges was really the only continuity. I think David Warner was still alive when Tron Legacy was
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
made. I think he was, yeah, because he passed away about a year or two ago, and
And
shame he wasn't in it.
yeah, yeah, it would have been great to see him. But his character did die in the first movie, right? Am I not
Yeah, but
mistaken?
I mean that there's dozens of ways he could have come back as a program, you know,
Yeah.
because he was also a person in real life in the original story.
Was he taken to jail in the first one? I almost forgot. I
No,
saw it only a few
I
weeks
couldn't tell
ago.
you.
Um, so William Blake Gold says, to be really efficient, you find a restaurant right by the theater. Wait a minute, how did that jump down? I was talking, Volcano said, dating and watching movies on the same day. It's all about being efficient with your time management.
Mate, I mean, absolutely, Volcano, absolutely.
That's really funny. That is really
Retro
funny.
and I are gonna do a history of disastrous dating stream, one evening. I'm gonna
That will be all you talking because I
yeah,
don't.
I'm gonna listen. I got a whole bunch of stories where that's concerned. So those that I can remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and let's see.
I got some nice ones too.
Um, let's keep going here. And this
Yeah.
is a unique one. It is from I guess in one of the Indian movies.
Ah,
They're like there's two different kinds. I used to think all of them were Bollywood movies, but they're not all Bollywood movies. They're like different parts of India has different types of movies.
yeah.
So it,
Um,
this
it-
one is 2010 in Theran in theory in Theran, right?
Ethereum,
In
Ethereum.
Therian, Chitty the robot, which is this guy who turns
Uh,
he turns into like a ball with guns and he just shoots everybody with it. It's really hilarious.
I mean,
Um,
that does look like a shot from the Matrix, doesn't it? Really, it's
it does have a feel like Matrixy kind of
like he's
feel
got
to it.
Mr. Anderton, and sort of suddenly he's got 20 guns.
That would have been great if they did that, wouldn't it? Then we've got 2011 Eva, the movie Eva, and I've never seen this movie, but
I
I don't know if you
I think
guys
I
have
saw
ever
it.
seen this. This may be for a foreign film.
No, I think I saw this movie. Let me just look it up. I think I saw this because I remember that robot. Um, I watch a lot of foreign films, like a lot of foreign films. So, either 2011. But again, it could have been called, the Attack on Retro Space Station or something in the UK. Oh yes, 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 with Daniel Brawl. Yeah, a shy genius is employed by his former university to design robot software. I haven't seen this movie. I've heard nice things about it actually.
Oh,
Um,
good. Somebody knows about it.
yeah, it's kind of like an ex machina film. I did hear about it. And it was on my radar for a while, and then you know how it is, things happen. In fact, I think I was busy preparing for a wedding at the time, my own. So I was distracted in 2011 with
Mm.
lots of, and I was shooting a feature film. So yeah,
But
there's a
yeah,
lot of
that's
films in 2011 I didn't see.
I I'm right there with you, and I have no excuse. Oh, there's some more talk about Tron in the chat. You see,
Yeah,
um, and Darth Vader says Tron Legacy was a reimagining of Tron, um, and Corn Rampant Studio says Tron Legacy is essentially Flynn's story. Oh, cool. I
there's
like I haven't seen it yet, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it um at some point. And I have my own thoughts about I usually form my own opinions of it. So but I really
yeah,
appreciate you guys mentioning exactly to everyone because then you know what? If somebody is watching this and they've never seen these movies again, they would at least be saying like, "Hey, this is something I can look at and see for myself if I like it or not." And this one is 2011 Real Steel. And well, of course, all
also,
of these robots.
also known as Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Uh,
Yes, somebody said that that this is what reminded them of it.
yeah, you used to have, for those people who don't know, there was a very popular game in the late 70s that was called Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but I think in America it may have been called something else. And you had a blue robot and you had a red robot,
Yes.
and you had two pistons either side, a bit like Hungry Hippos. You'd kind of push these things up and down, and the robot would
And
do
that's all
this.
they would do. Yeah, that's
The
all
robot
they would
would
do.
do this, there wasn't really any tactics involved. It was really just like
None. There was
smash
none.
the buttons as fast as you can, and then if you
Yes.
hit the robot's head, it would go like that, and you had to sort of like knock the other robot's head off, or
Yeah. There was
activate it.
no tactical thing. It
No,
was
it was
like,
just like,
but if
yeah,
you keep doing it, and then the robot's head would come off, and it would be like I don't know. This is a game for kids. I'm.
yeah.
I didn't
You
agree.
can see
I didn't
if
create
you,
it.
if you go on YouTube and type in the trailer for it, it's on there because I remember looking it up before, and I think it was released by Palatoy. I think I want to say
Yeah, yeah. Um,
another
and
another Indian movie. I think.
yeah, yeah, and I really wanna see this one. It's called RA1, and, this guy is sort of like a Terminator type kind of character. I don't know if he's on the good side or the bad side, but, uh, I do enjoy these, in incredible, special effects that they do from India. It's really, entertaining. There's like a childlike wonder about it and just an unleashed imagination. Oh wow, wow. Thank you so much, Unicorn Rampant Studio. Thank you so much. So sorry, I've been 2 minutes behind the chat for about 20 minutes. So I've been talking too much about Tron. Thank you so much, Lance, for your obviously accurate criticism.
Well,
You're so
yeah. Let me.
you're so
Oh,
sweet.
oh. Much as I appreciate the praise, I feel I should caveat that with that all criticism is subjective, and we like what we like, and listen, I'm a massive fan of Battle Beyond the Stars. Not everybody thinks that's a great movie. So um,
Yes,
we all like different things.
I too am a big fan of that. So, yes, thank you so much. And as a special thank you, I do have. Oh, well, why don't you tell me which one do you want? Unicorns or puppies or something different? Let me know which kind of thank you you want. Let me know in the comments really quickly.
Okay. I didn't know there was a unicorn or puppy option.
Yeah, there's a unicorn. Well, I made a special one for unicorn. Oh, puppies. He wants puppies. All right. Puppies
I
coming right up.
I
Hold
took
on.
my ex-partner to see Prometheus. I bought the tickets 4 months ahead. As soon as they went on sale, everybody was like, the big new film, Ridley Scott, technically a kind of alien prequel, all this. So, everyone was very excited. And we had really good seats. It was completely sold out. And yeah, I remember when we got up and I sort of looked at her and said, "So, what do you think of that?" And she went, "Yeah, it was a bit rubbish, wasn't it? It was a bit rubbish." And you can always tell in the mood of it if you're in a packed out cinema like that, and the audience are buzzed, like the end of the Fellowship of the Ring. Oh my god, everybody's like, oh, and everyone's talking, and everyone's immediately goes to the bar and wants a drink, and but when people are upset or disappointed by a film, it's all very low
Yes.
hushed tones, lots of grumbling, and people can't wait to get out of their seats and
I'm
get
like,
out the
well, that
cinema.
was something.
Yeah, so Prometheus was a massive letdown. Visually, amazing film, but too many
Yeah.
changes during the shoot, too many changes in post production. Not a great script. Silly characters doing silly things. Just
Well, I have an opinion of, I did not see it yet. But before we go on, I do want to give Unicorn his special thank you.
okay.
Oh man.
Unicorn,
I
you didn't
love
see it, but I just did a funky dance for you
He
during that.
did a dance for you and I did a dance as well. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're just so awesome. Thank you. And let's see. Yes, so Prometheus. Um,
Yeah,
I did not see the movie. And oh, Darth Plato says is
yeah.
sharing your sentiments. It's a disappointing movie.
3 out of
I
10
w-
on IMDb.
I was disappointed by the trailer.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
that's that's
yeah.
where my disappointment came. See,
No, well, as soon
guys,
as I agree. As soon as I saw the trailer, I knew we were in trouble.
yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
it was just it was just one of those things. So I haven't seen it yet. I think now that I was all heated and like firm in my decision. So now that quite a few years have passed, maybe I can watch it with a different lens now. So
Nah,
I'm gonna.
I did that already. Unfortunately, it didn't, improve it. I watched it not that long ago, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe now." And, I kind of also have seen the other version of the scenes. Originally there was an alien and instead of that stupid mutant man and stuff like that. So I've seen those other versions. So I kind of had them in my head, and yeah, it was just as disappointing. It was
No,
more disappointing.
still not happy with it. Well, let's see. Let's see. I did see some comments on it. I love says I love Prometheus, and it was horrible.
Yeah, I mean there were some things I did like about it, but they were mainly visual things. And the character of David was cool. You
Unicorn
know,
says thanks for the unseen dance performances.
well, pay $50 and it's a really cool dance, but you also don't get to see that one.
Volcano says the biologists in Prometheus were two of the worst scientists ever depicted in a movie. Yeah, that was also kind of interesting to me. I was like, they tried something interesting for the marketing of this movie by doing that YouTube channel thing where they had a sort of a preview of like a prequel, if you will, of the characters, and it just I thought I was like, oh, that's interesting, but then I didn't really. didn't motivate me to see it. And
Wasn't that like a sort of like a little short film with David talking or something? Am I
oh,
remembering that
there were
wrong?
2. There were 2. There was
Yeah,
one with David talking and presenting himself like, "I am
that's
David.
that's right. I mean, I didn't. Yeah,
I am David."
I kind of liked that. I mean,
Yes, I loved it.
and I
Yeah.
mean, and look, if that, and if the film had been great, that would have been fab. But yeah, unfortunately, the
And Ian says Prometheus could have been such a good film if they used a completely different script. And I wish I could talk. I could know what that is. So I must see it in order to know what there is about that. Unicorn says there was no science in that fiction, and
mm.
Darth Vader says, and now Ridley is going to ruin Napoleon. Oh, really? You think
That no,
so?
I think that's unfair. Let's wait and see. I think the trailer for Napoleon looks very good.
The visual so far looks
And
fantastic.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is gonna nail him. So
You think so? Okay.
yeah, I mean,
We'll have a little. We're gonna cross our fingers for Napoleon.
I
Um,
I think there's room for a new Napoleon film because William Blake Hall, if like me, you were brought up on the Waterloo movie with Rod Steiger, and there's various other Napoleon things you can watch. French did a 6-part drama series. It was on YouTube for free at one point. I don't know if it's still on there. Um, we know who he is and we kind of know the history. But listen, most people under 30 have probably never heard of him.
mm,
I'm sorry that that's a sober thought, but most
that's
people under
true.
30, probably 75% of people under 30 have probably never heard of him. If we go under 21, I would say probably about 90%, unless they're French. So, yeah, I think somebody mentioned Napoleon Dynamite. They're probably more likely to know who Napoleon Dynamite is than Napoleon. So
Oh
I think it's perfectly fine to have new films about
man.
iconic figures in history, to remind the younger generations who they were. Whether it'll be any good, let's wait and see. But I'm hopeful on this one. I think it's going to be good.
And Volcano says even Charlize Theron couldn't save this movie. Yeah, I really seeing her. I was like, "Ooh, she looks good in this." And to find out that her character really is expendable, it's like, like, look, oh, look, you got this like incredible actress right in front of you. You're not gonna make the story about her. She's like the daughter of one of the most important characters in the film, Waylon. It was right there. It was right there. Like, that's why I was like, "Oh, no, this is gonna be a disaster." I did not see the film, okay? So I don't
Mm.
know what else. I'm just saying from the optics from the outside was, why isn't the film about this lady?
Yeah, yeah, that could have been more interesting actually.
Unicorn Rampant says the thing that's good about these Alien franchises that Prometheus brings in to perfect focus the immediate reprisal of stupid behavior.
Yeah, I mean, don't get your face down close to an alien that looks like a snake and say hello to it and treat it like it's a gerbil. Yeah, I could go on, but let's. I think we should move on. We've had this slide up
Okay,
for
all
quite a
right.
while.
We are gonna yes, we
That's why you brought me in here to have an inflatable hammer, wasn't it? To keep things moving.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I'm gonna pass by some of your really awesome comments. But please, I hope you don't take this personal. I just want to keep it going. But Borgus say that Prometheus is a result of Hollywood trying to squeeze out every little bit of interest in the Aliens franchise. Can they please let a franchise just exist without continuing to suck it dry?
I think there was room for a great Alien prequel. I think it should have been told from the point of view of the aliens in that big spaceship. I don't think the humans should have been in it at all, and it should have been like a sort of silent movie about how they found the aliens, and I don't think that they should have built them. They shouldn't have been engineered by them. That was where they went wrong with the story. Just always keep them a bit elusive. Never quite tell us exactly where they came from. They're just a virus effectively, and keep them as that, and make them
Mhm.
feel remote and sort of undiscoverable. But they tried to explain everything, and that's just where they went wrong.
Yeah. And William Blake Hall says Napoleon Solo. That's my Napoleon. Oh wow. I really was hoping that they would make a Napoleon Solo movie
uh
with Henry Cavill, but I don't think they will touch it. Um,
yeah,
this movie here that you guys, I'm sorry that I had a slight glitch here with this slide. It is Total Recall.
it's the total
2012.
remake.
Yes, the total remake of Total Recall.
Yeah,
And they did feature some robots in there, and that's all I'll say about that.
yeah,
And
yeah, I think
we
that's
had
good. Move on.
2000, yes, 2002 Resident Evil Retribution, the Red Queen again.
Yeah, not seen that.
Then everybody knows about this one. It's really cute. The 2012 reboot, not reboot, but sorry, Robot and Frank. Uh,
That was an absolutely cracking film, and Frank Langella, who most people probably he really only came on their radar when he played Skeletor in the Masters of the Universe movie. His career's spanned 5 or 6 decades. He kind of got ratioed recently. We won't get into that now, but he's amazing in this film, and I think it's a really, really good,
uh,
cute movie. If you liked Ex Machina and you want
mhm.
something a bit softer but set in a similar kind of realm in terms of what you're going to get, then I think people will really appreciate it.
Mm. Oh wow, the channel, the chat just jumped. I just wanted to say a quick hello to the Bat channel.
Yeah.
Hello, so good to see you, Trey. I miss you so
Retro.
much. I miss you so much. I hope you're doing well. Um, I hope you're enjoying Ahsoka. Oh my God, I hope you're enjoying. I know that you love Star Wars. Um, and let me just get that. All right. So we got her 2013. Of course,
Uh,
Samantha.
I've seen this.
Me too. Very.
Yeah,
I loved it.
yeah. I mean, this is kind of like he's almost playing this guy could be Joker's brother.
Oh, you
Him,
think so?
do you know what I mean? I mean, it could be like because this film is about mental health
Yeah.
as well, and the recent
Hmm.
Joker movie is really about mental health. Um, and it almost feels like this guy could be related to that character. Um, and it
Interesting.
and it's a pretty. I mean, this performance, I would argue, would be what got him the Joker role. Because if somebody
Oh.
had that script and watched this movie, and they would see this performance, and they would look at that script and they go, "Aha, this guy can play this character exactly as we want him." And it's nice to see Joaquin Phoenix doing so well, because I'll never forget the story, and I know he knows it's public knowledge that he tried to walk off the set of Gladiator. He had a panic attack on his first day of filming and tried
Mm.
to quit. And Ridley Scott, clever man, just don't worry, just okay, we'll sort your flights out tomorrow. Just hang. What we're going to do is we're just going to do a couple of test scenes for you, and just fix the schedule around us. And then they brought forward a dialogue scene for him to do, and just made sure everybody bigged him up. And once he'd done that and he got that scene out of the way, he was fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. It's all good. He did a great job in Gladiator. So,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
but it's
We
kind of
gotta.
it's kind of sweet to know that he was that nervous, and he was human. He was just
Yeah.
had a day. Man, we've all been there.
Oh,
So
absolutely. I'm there every day. I'm like,
Yeah.
please help me.
Well, we can't. You're on the space station, and I'm afraid
I
we can't get
know,
to
that's
you.
why I need help. Somebody sent a space shuttle, and
Sorry,
Simply
Retro.
Steve
I'm
says,
afraid I can't do that.
"No, it's
Mm.
hell
Yeah.
again." Simply Steve says, "Oh, the joke, her, nice one, nice." I love these jokes. And William Blake Holmes says, "Joker's brother, but more functional." Um, and Unicorn Memphis says, "Keithy, you're on fire tonight." Oh, he said, oh, and the reason why he's on fire is because he says he hit the advanced 302-second button a couple of times for 30 seconds. So,
Do you know, actually, something I remember about this movie, I'll tell you quickly, was this was the movie that made me try talking to my computer because
mm,
all Macs have got a built-in minimum AI voice applicator that you can talk to. And I remember one of the things that I said is, and it's got a name, it's not called Siri, but it's called something like that. And I went, so Siri, what's the answer to life, the universe, and everything? And they must have had a sense of humor because the guy built in an answer and it came back and spewed out this massive answer to me. And I was like, hello? Afterwards, because I thought, is this like a scene from a movie? Is my computer just gained life? What's
wow,
happened?
I
But
I
I
didn't
think they
even
just
know.
listen.
Uh,
If you've got a Mac from 2015 onwards, you've got that thing in. Try asking your Mac that question. I guarantee you, it's got an answer for you.
wow.
Um, but then if you start getting into the realms of love life and that kind of thing, I'm afraid there's nothing there for you. So you got to use your Lancy 9000 app for that, right?
So everybody knows about Iron Man 3, 2013, and we got Jarvis and the
Yeah,
Iron Legion.
I think that that's one of the last Marvel films I no, I saw a couple more after that, but yeah, I didn't see many more Marvel films after that one.
For sure.
But
2013, The Machine, which I was intrigued to watch. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
did
I
I
really
see
want to
that?
watch this, but I've seen the advertisements for it. I just didn't see it. Um,
Let me look that up real
I think
quick.
it's more of a horror movie kind of thing. But then we have 2003 Pacific Rim. Everybody definitely tells me I should watch this.
I
I have
thought
not seen it.
this didn't do that well, and I thought it was massively underrated. I thought it was a
Oh,
really
really?
good. Yeah, I thought it was a like I mean, there's a lot of exposition in it, and it's but if you want to see a good movie about
Oh,
young kids
wow.
training to man robots with lots of big weapons on them fighting big monsters that are coming from another universe or parallel dimension or whatever, this is your film. And the music in it is got this great kind of thumping loud rock track when they first go into battle, and
Oh, really?
I think it's a great film. Yeah.
Well, the Bat Channel says that I should do it. It says it was good.
So I have met
And
3 of the cast who were in The Machine. I've met Sam Hazeldine, whose father came to see a play of mine. Dennis Lawson, who plays Wedge from Star Wars, I met in
mhm.
person, and Jade Crute, I believe I've met, young actress. Um, yeah, 6 out of 10 on IMDb. Toby Stevens is the main actor, of course, who most people would remember as one of the Bond villains.
Yeah, I haven't. I want to see it just but I think something that turned me off from it was I think it had looked like it was going towards the horror genre, and I was like, oh no. Well, Unicorn Rampant Studium says, I ignored the Pacific Rim for a while, and I wish I had seen it all on the big screen to start with. Every one of those movies have something in it. Wow.
Mm.
And
Yeah, it was
yeah,
great on
simply
the big screen, that film. That was definitely one that I was glad I saw in the cinema.
And Simply Steve says loved both Pacific Rim movies. So it looks like I got to watch both of them, huh? And Volcano says Pacific Rim is based upon a sports movie. According to the director, it's all about team building. The first movie is great, and the second one sucked. You didn't like the second one, huh?
Is there a
Um,
second Pacific Rim film?
yes, definitely. And
Oh,
there was a second one. And William Blake Hall says, I recall Toby Stevens from an odd little movie called Photographing Fairies.
there's nothing odd about that film. It's fantastic, and Retro would love it.
Okay.
You would
I
definitely.
got a long list of movies to watch.
That's the movie about the Cotting Hill fairies, which is a famous series of photographs that two girls produced, and who said that they discovered fairies at the bottom of their garden. And Arthur Conan Doyle got involved to try and authenticate the photographs. Of course, the writer of Sherlock Holmes, and there were a lot of people who believed the girls, and it wasn't until one of them had died and the other one was on her deathbed that she admitted later in life that they faked the whole thing.
Oh no.
And they drew them and they put them on glass plates in front of the cameras. But she did say, even though that they faked the photographs, she was still adamant that they'd seen them. So, but they wouldn't allow themselves to be photographed. So, who do you believe? Great film, though. Great little film.
And Unicorns Pacific Rim is humans going toe to toe with Godzilla's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
I definitely want to see the machine. I got the trailer on here. It looks pretty good.
Okay, maybe you can preview it for me and let me know if it's too bloody. Because there's one scene that I saw like a clip of, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll let you know.
It's like I don't want to be scared. Okay, and so let's keep going because I don't want to. I'm sorry if I'm missing and skipping some comments. I do want to continue forward, and I'm sorry. 2013 Elysium, the Elysium robots here. I never saw this movie, so this is one I really want to see. I know that Matt Damon is in this movie. And 2013 Oblivion, the Tet. Did anybody see any of these movies?
Yes, I saw Oblivion, 70mm print, Odeon Leicester Square. This is the one with Tom Cruise, right?
Yes.
Love this film.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Very, very, very underrated movie.
And did you see Elysium?
I love Elysium.
Oh, okay.
And I can't believe the criticism that Elysium got, because that was his first film where he had a really big budget after District 9, I think. I saw that on a massive screen actually with my ex-partner, and we were both completely gripped the whole way through in that movie.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was really good, and it was made to be seen on a big screen.
And William is straightening me out. Tet is short for tetrahedron. Tetrahedron. Yes, there we go. I finally made it. Then we've got this movie called Automata. Not sure. I've never seen this before, not even commercials for this one. We've got 2014 Big Hero 6, Baymax. Oh, I love this movie so much. Such a sweet character. I was hoping there was going to be more. Am I mistaken? But this was the only product that came from this movie. Was there a TV show? Does anybody know?
I'm not aware of anything extra, but
Yeah, that's a true shame. They really dropped the ball on this. And 2014 Interstellar, Tars and Case. So I have to see this movie. Everybody keeps telling me that it's so good.
Yeah. Do you though? I
I know
mean,
it's sci-fi, you know.
you listen. You absolutely should. It's a bit. It's a bit of a shame that you can't see it on a big screen because it's a different experience. This was another one that I booked at the IMAX, with my same ex-partner, and this was
Mhm.
another one. Like when it finished, she looked at me and went, Yeah, that was very long, wasn't it? And lot of people back channel I can see is already going ape over the
Oh,
movie.
that's so awesome. Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
So,
it is a good film, and it's one of those movies that people that love intellectual science fiction films go ape for it. They love it. It's their favorite film of all time.
oh, he says
I
it's a
I
masterpiece.
I felt there was some things missing for it for me that make it
Hmm.
in that category for me. I do like it. I do think it's good. I do think you should watch it. I love the robot in it. I think the
Okay.
robot is very, very cool. It's like a Lego brick that can turn into all these different shapes, you know. And he's so seamless. The effects work with him. Yeah, it's so you know.
And Ot Ostis is here. Hello, Ostis says Automata is really good. Oh wow, thumbs up. Yeah, never saw
I
that.
think you pronounce that name Eustace.
Eustace, thank you.
Eustace.
Thank God
Eustace
you're
Quinlan.
here.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Eustace. Thank you for that. The Automata is really good. Okay, and so the Bat Channel says Zimmer's score was fantastic,
Yeah, agree. Probably one of my favorite scores in the last 10 years. Definitely.
and Unicorn says that Tarzan Case amazing personalities. Oh, interesting. See,
Yeah,
I need to check
I
this
would agree
out.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check this out. As a sci-fi lover, this is probably required um,
Oh, yeah.
watching, um,
Absolutely.
right? And it's also what Christopher Nolan as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a requirement for Chris, becoming. I just became a Christopher Nolan fan, so I think that's a requirement as too. So, 2014 RoboCop and Murphy. Now, I did not see this movie.
Well,
Um,
I feel like we're going through
the reboot
um,
era.
no, we're going through the movies that my ex was taken to see on a big screen and didn't like. I mean, so
Oh
we
wow,
went to see the RoboCop remake, also at the IMAX, where we also saw Interstellar, where we also saw Prometheus. This was a film that we both thought was a bit naff. It was okay.
yeah.
It was entertaining, but as a RoboCop reboot, no, just
I
wasn't.
think it's just make a
Oh, but
different
by
thing.
the way, so my friend has just tuned into the channel because
Oh,
she's asking me right now, are you watching Interstellar? And it's quite funny because this will make you laugh. Her initials are M and then AI. So, and of course, we're doing a stream about AI.
oh
So,
wow, cool, cool.
so yes, AI, you've tuned into the right thing because
Oh,
they did. You know
cool.
what?
Hey.
I sent them the link to watch the stream, and they didn't want to click on it because they don't
Uh-huh.
trust links sent over the internet. So I was like, "What do I just said? Well, just Google Retro Nerd Girl, and you'll find us doing the
Oh,
talk."
cool. Well, hi, friends of Lance. Good to see you.
Yeah. So, yeah. So there you go.
And then, okay, so the next one, um, in 2014, Transcendence, Dr. Will Castor, who is, I believe, a character who uploads himself into into a digital state.
I'm not
Um,
sure. I'm not sure I saw this. Um, I know the name,
yeah, I did not see this, but I heard all about it.
and again, I
So.
was prepping for a feature film in 2014, so I wasn't going to the cinema as much. Oh, okay.
And 2014 Cyborg Nemesis. Uh, I've never seen this one before.
Isn't this one of the Nemesis later sequels?
I believe no, this is one of the Cyborg sequels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Which was also directed by Albert
right.
Poon. Fun fact.
Albert Poon. Uh,
Was Van Damme in this one in 2014?
I definitely think not. I don't think so. He only did the first one.
Yeah, I don't.
He didn't do any
It's
more.
funny how it's got the names of both of the films combined, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cyborg Nemesis. Oh yeah, Cyborg Nemesis, the The Dark Rift, would that be it? Let's have a look. Oliver Gruner. Yeah, well, this is directed by Albert Poon. It's written
Mm-hmm.
by his wife, Cynthia Curran, who is a friend of mine, and it's actually got 8.3 rating on IMDb, which is pretty high.
That's good. That's good.
Um, Oliver Gruner is, um,
He was
you
in
know,
the first one,
yeah,
the
he
first
did.
Nemesis movie.
He was a friend of Albert's. Joseph
Mm-hmm.
Cannon is in this. Joseph Cannon's a friend of mine on Facebook, so I'll have to grill him over this movie. I have a feeling that that may have ended up being a bit of a patchwork of various projects that came together for Albert in the sort of last few years of his career. But let's not sidetrack on that.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna have to really push really fast. I hope you guys will understand. I have to push kind of fast on this one because we only have 20 minutes left really.
right,
Or maybe 30 minutes left because
let me keep my trap shut.
no, you don't keep your I think you've been adding so many incredible comments. So we're gonna go through. Okay, so this one is 2014 X-Men Days of Future Past, The Sentinels, a movie which I did not see. Did you see this one?
Yeah, my friend Jason Fleming's in this.
Oh, he is. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Now
yeah.
I have to see it to
Yeah,
see
he had a fun
Jason.
time playing one of the guys that the red the guy that can teleport around and
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh, cool,
the
cool.
baddie guy. So he had a lot of fun shooting this movie. I thought it was okay. I saw it at the cinema. I thought it was okay. If it's the one I'm thinking of, so I get them mixed up sometimes.
Volcano. Says Tim, what have they done with Johnny Depp in this one? He looks like he's experienced his trial all over again. Yeah, that one he was kind of rough in that movie. He played a scientist that was dying and decided to upload his mind into a digital form.
Mm,
Um, he was living the dream.
true.
2014 Robot Overlords. I really wanted to see this.
I could tell
Uh,
you a lot. I could tell you a lot about this film. This is one of the most expensive independent science
really?
fiction films ever made. Yeah, and it was part of the Isle of Man have got a big film fund that you can access if you do a lot of your shooting on the Isle of Man, which is most Americans would have no idea where the Isle of Man is, but it's to our it's a big island between the west coast of England and Ireland. Okay. And I've been there. I went there for the Isle of Man Film Festival, which is when I met the late great John Hurt, and I actually caught a plane back with him, so that was a lot of fun. And Robot Overlords was one of their first film funding initiatives. Sadly, I don't know quite what happened with the movie. It never really seemed to get a proper release. I remember it being dropped rather unceremoniously on DVD because DVDs was still a big thing back in 2014. I've seen the film. It's okay. It steals a lot from the Tripods trilogy, the White Mountains. If you're familiar with that, Tripods, which is a series of books written by, is it John Christopher? That was turned into a BBC science fiction series, which again, retro you'd love because it's from the 80s and it's all quirky and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and that they made the first two books and they never made the third one, which is a shame. And in fact, one of the actors that was in Tripods is going to come on my channel, I think, before the end of the year. Talk about that.
Oh, cool, cool.
Right,
I love this movie
it's
right
an
here.
okay film, Robot Overlords. It's an okay film with a lot of mediocre CGI. The CGI is not terrible, but it is. Oh, look, that's a CGI effect.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. If the story's good, I don't mind, but,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not a terrible story. It's okay. It's okay.
And then, 2015, we've got Turbo Kid, of course, the cute and a lovable Apple. She is just the most adorable thing ever. Love her.
I don't think I saw that.
Ooh,
Oh,
you'll like it.
oh.
I like it. It's how can I say, dystopian world, very Mad Max, but
Right.
with I would say, the humor of like the, 2015, of course, that kind of humor. Um, and I do there this young lady's playing a robot, and this kid is playing somebody, a survivor who is kind of making his way through this dystopian world, and it is extremely graphic, is what I'm saying. And Michael
Okay.
Ironside, Michael Ironside is in this, so treat, 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 treat. Uh, what a treat. What a treat. Then we have 2015 Vice. I've never seen this one. Have you guys seen this one?
No, I don't think so.
And of course, I love this movie. 2015 Ex
10 out of
Machina,
10.
Ava.
That's a 10 out of 10 on IMDb for me, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, 9. I don't know how this film could be better than it is.
Oh, it's
Uh,
incredible. I did
and
a nice little review on this
yeah.
movie as well, and it's just one of those movies when I was doing retro movies, and I was like, I've got to talk about this movie, because it was so good, so good, uh, and just intriguing. 2015 Chappie. A lot of people
I
seem to like this movie.
do you know what? That film didn't do that well when it came out, and it
Hmm.
was the follow-up to Elysium. And, when I kinda saw the trailer for it and everything, I thought, "Yeah, it looks a bit naff." It's got a kind of had a sort of Mac and Me feel to it, which is always danger, danger, Will Robinson for me. But then, me and my then partner, I think we rented it. I think we because I have a vague recollection that we watched it at home. Really liked it. Thought it was a really good film after a while. The humor between the robot and the human characters, the gangster characters, effectively.
Hmm.
Um, Sheb Woodley, I think the actor's name is. I might have that name wrong. Somebody will correct me in chat. Fantastic actor that this director uses in all his movies, is so good in it. And yeah, I was just actually really surprised about how much I liked it. So it's if people were put off it by the kind of the pet robot theme sort of thing, I would
Hmm.
say definitely revisit this film and give it half an hour before you turn it off, because it
Okay.
does take a bit of getting into. Charlito Copley, that's correct. Thank you, William. Sheb Woodley is a cowboy actor now. I think about it, he plays lots of cowboys. I think. Um, yeah, so Charlito Copley, yeah, he's a brilliant actor. Not like that, Chappie. What are you doing? He's kind of like telling the robot off in the film all the time. It's funny. He's good. This is a weird movie.
Um, this one is a 2015 Tomorrowland Athena, which I never saw. I know that
It it was a
ooh, George Clooney is in this one.
yeah. Tom
Um,
Tom Hanks had something to do with it. I think
yeah.
wasn't a
I
good
I'll
film.
you don't think you didn't like it?
It was one of those films that I had to watch it like 3 times to see the whole thing because I kept falling asleep.
Mm,
And looking at the date that it came out, 2015, well, that was when we were prepping for that movie. So I know it would have been a stressful time for me. So it's not surprising that that happened a few times, but at the same time, I just found it a bit. It wasn't terrible. It was not a bad film.
okay.
I just didn't think it's a great film. You know,
Okay.
William
William
Hall.
Blake Hall says that he will recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah, um,
Like if it's sci-fi, I need to see it.
I think you. Oh no, listen, I think you should see it.
Well, we've got 2015 Avengers, Age of Ultron, Iron Legion, Veronica, Hulkbuster, Ultron, Jarvis, Friday, Vision. Lots of robotic beings in this.
Bored,
I
bored,
happen
bored, even more bored, bored, and even more
really,
bored. I
I actually like this
Well,
a lot.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I did. I actually
Uh,
liked it. And I think that the reason, well, first of all, I'm a huge James Spader fan, love him.
I do like
But
Spader. I do like
yeah,
Spader.
yeah, he just ate up he chewed up every scene he was in. And it was just his voice. That was all it was. And some of his, body language,
Was he doing
body
the
act.
voice of the Ultron robot?
Yeah.
God, you know what? I think when I was watching the movie, because I was so disinterested in it, I completely didn't pick up that that was Spader. That's terrible, isn't it?
Oh, hey, Kingdom of Nerds. Hey. Let's see. Well,
I'm gonna have to rewatch that now because you
yeah,
told me that.
just it's like different, like he gives a different thing to it. Now, it do that same thing like, a lot of these movies, uh, you know, superhero movies does, like, this big, like so much collateral damage. You're like, oh gosh, it's just nauseating, but it's
Yeah,
okay. I forgive it because it is just simply fun, fun, fun. It's not really, it does not really meant to be a movie actually.
I think this is one of the key films that really turned me off
Oh, yeah.
superhero stuff
Mm.
because it always seemed to be that the last half an hour was a
Yep.
massive CGI fight
It's
fest
always, yeah, it's
with
always crazy.
and it just became about how much more can we chuck in, which is the mistake that the Star Wars prequels made. You know, the action scenes became more and more spaceships, more and more ships, more and
Oh,
more,
yeah. More, more,
and
more.
consequently they became less and less interesting because it became harder for you to follow what was going on, and you use the words yourself, the sort of collateral damage.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. I was like, "Well, okay, so there's gotta be some consequences for all this."
Yeah,
And there wasn't.
no, not with that film. There was a Superman movie that made that a key part of its character narrative, which I thought was very clever. But yeah, no, that and I was bored. So
Mm.
when I got to the point, it was just this big CGI fight fest, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, all right, you're throwing someone else into a building, okay. It's just like,
Well,
how much more of this can I see?
yeah,
Make
it's
it
too much.
smaller.
Now, 2015, we've got Black Hat, which I've never seen. Have you
We
seen
just
that
we,
one?
we just discussed that on my channel. We did a stream about the films of Michael Mann,
Oh,
and
okay.
that is considered to be Michael Mann's biggest turkey.
Oh.
Now, um, now
Okay.
Michael Mann's defense of the film, which is why I want to rewatch it, because I only watched it once. It was a long time ago. Again, I was tired, so I don't think I concentrated. This is 2015, so it's not surprising. It's all about AI and the implications of AI taking over things in reality. And Michael Mann said everybody thinks that the film is science fiction, but his defense of the script is all of these things are really happening now. There's nothing in the film that isn't actually happening. And I think it's about a Chinese virus attacking a nuclear power station and forcing it to shut down. Infecting the computer systems, and they're using virus to do that kind of thing. Um, William Hall was telling Outcast can use some coffee. Not this time of night. It's
All
too
right,
late.
we're definitely gotta move on because I'm like literally the alarm is
Sorry,
about to ring in a
you
few
said two
moments.
hours, didn't you? And it.
Yeah, and we're gonna push a little further beyond that, but it's gonna be tight squeeze. So let me just
Guys,
brush
you're not going
through.
to see me for the next 3 Fridays now. I'm
No, that's not true. Well, you're invited to come back. Okay, to the so we got that, and you told us a wonderful synopsis of it, and we may need to take a look at that. Um, And Brogu is cutting out. He says, "Good night, everyone. Stay frosty, and always remember, Retro Nerd Girl is the Retro Nerd Girl is the way." Oh, thank
Yeah.
you,
Night, Rogu.
thank
Watch those
you. Good
corners.
night. Have
Take
a
those
good
corners.
one. Good night. Have a good one. Um,
Well, I don't need to say
and
anything about
oh
terminate.
my God, of course, this is not the right thing. Yes, thank you so much, Simply Steve. What
Uh,
the heck? This was not, but it was supposed to be Terminator. Um, and
Not seen that one.
2015, Uncanny
No,
uh
can't
Pressman.
comment.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. So And, this is one of my favorite little movies, and Kung
Oh my God,
Fury.
Kung Fury. Now
Yes, it's
that
so
was
cute.
that's one of at the time that was the most successful crowdfunding campaign in history.
Oh, it was wonderful, and what
Yeah,
I love about it is that you can watch it on YouTube for free, and this guy is just so incredible. You can I think at some point, I think he had it on Amazon Prime as well. But,
yeah,
he has been very, open about letting everybody and anyone see this,
yeah. It's a really fun film. I showed a
that
clip of it. Showed a clip of it on my movie quiz one year, and people hadn't seen it, didn't know what it was, and they were like, "What is this?" You know, it was a lot of
Unicorn
fun.
Reference Studio says, T3PO and, R2-T2. As you know, since I made that hilarious mistake. But yeah, the Hoff 9000. And guys, they're making a Kung Fury 2, and the Hoff is slated to be in that movie as well. So I can't wait
Oh,
to see it.
I mean, that'd be great. That should get a cinema release.
Now, I have not seen this. This looks interesting. 2015 Psychopaths, the movie. It's an anime. Then we have got 2016 Max Steel. Kind of reminds me a lot of Blue Beetle. Kind
I
of
think I
this.
think I saw Max Steel. I think I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really like superhero type storyline, but this is an
Yeah.
alien robot that attaches itself to the person. Then we've got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2016 Morgan, I've never seen this before, but Anya, what's her name? Anya Taylor Lee or Anya? I forgot her name.
Anya Taylor-Joy,
Joy. Yes, thank you.
um, a corporate risk management consultant must decide whether or not to terminate an artificially created human being.
Mm.
Interesting. I like Kate Mara,
Oh
who's
yeah,
the
she's
lead.
not in enough things, and
I mean,
unfortunately,
she's good in everything she's in. Toby Jones is also in it from The Detectorists. So
okay.
is so is Michelle Yeoh. So is Brian Cox. So is Paul Giamatti. I mean, this is a really good cast. So you've got Vinette Robinson, who most people wouldn't know, but she's a fantastic British actress who recently just did Boiling Point and is in the TV show. I might check that out. It's only got 5.8 on IMDb. So I think it. I mean, it has the
Oh,
look of English.
Gary says Morgan is directed by Ridley Scott's son, Jake.
It's
Very
directed
interesting.
by Luke Scott actually. So Jake Scott is Ridley's other son.
Mm,
Luke Scott directed Morgan. Now I don't know if Luke Scott is Ridley's. I don't know if Ridley's got two sons. Jake Scott
okay.
is predominantly a second unit director. He has directed a couple of movies.
Okay.
But
Well, let's move on for
Luke
now.
Scott did The Martian
What
as well.
happened? What
Luke
did you
Scott,
say?
who did Morgan, did The Martian.
Oh, he did The Martian.
He
Okay.
did The Martian.
Sorry. Did I type
Worked
it
on The
in?
Martian. Anyway. I think he wrote The Martian screenplay with the writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has some affiliation with The Martian.
Well, I think it must be Ridley Scott's other son because Ridley Scott directed The Martian. So Resident
Okay.
Evil: The Final Chapter. Okay, yeah, good.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, good. Move on.
Until they make until they make another movie.
Yeah. Oh, now
2016,
I
yeah, Rogue One.
really liked this character in Rogue One.
Wasn't he the coolest? I
Yeah,
love it, and, what a great movie. I do love myself some
I'm
Rogue
a
One.
massive Rogue One fan.
Oh, yeah, they really did something good there.
I liked it. I thought it
Mhm.
was pure Star Wars. It was really well done. And all the connections to the next film and the way they linked it all together and things like Red 5 getting blown up in, Red Squadron and Luke taking that guy's handle.
Oh, there's my alarm.
Damn. So guys, we got to wrap it up, I
All
think.
right. All right, everybody. Well, we're gonna steam through the last. We're not gonna comment on them. We're
Right.
just gonna steamroll past all of the other ones. And
I will
just
attempt
scream,
not to
just
comment.
just scream if you like the movie
Okay.
that a little
Right, I'll
something.
scream.
All right. So
There you go. Infinity Chamber.
2016 Infinity Chamber, Howard.
No.
I've never seen that movie before. It's
Oh,
2016
I had
Passengers.
Passengers. Yeah, love Passengers. Great
Yay!
film.
Okay. You liked it? Really?
I really loved that movie. God, what a complicated production history that had. We could do a whole other stream on that.
Okay, well, that's the first time I'm hearing that. A lot of people did not like that.
I liked it.
Um,
I liked it.
2016 Kill Command.
Seen the
Um,
trailer for that, haven't watched it.
okay, I'm intrigued. 2017 Power Rangers, Alpha, Zordon, and
Yeah,
Zords.
yeah.
And yeah, definitely in the comments section, do let me know how you guys feel about these. 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming, Karen, and Friday. Then we have 2017 Ghost in the Shell.
Pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
you liked it?
Yeah, it was not bad. Awful film.
2017 The Alien
Boo.
Covenant.
Boo. Boo.
David
Put
and
booze in the
Walter this
chat.
time.
Put booze in the chat, guys. If you hate Alien Covenant, booze in the chat.
Oh man, there's two of them, two robots
Terrible.
in this one.
Terrible.
Then 2017 Blade
Yeah.
Runner.
I don't remember there being
Two.
a giant 50-foot woman in Blade Runner.
Yeah, the one in 2017. You don't remember that shot?
Is she like an advert talking to him? I can't. Do you know what? That film, that film, I was so bored.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it
Visually,
probably needs a rewatch for
visually
that one.
amazing movie. Just didn't do it for
You
me.
didn't It didn't connect with you.
I've seen it twice as well.
2017. Here we go for the real Star Wars: Last Jedi,
Uh-huh.
BB-8, C-3PO, and
Yeah.
R2-D2.
Oh,
And 2017 Godzilla: Planet of the Monsters, Mechagodzilla.
okay.
2017 Singularity, Kronos. Oh,
Kronos is
it's
a good movie.
well. Oh
Oh,
yeah, well, Kronos is a good movie, but that's not this movie, right? Did you see
no,
this one?
that's a different Kronos.
Okay.
Up, up.
2018 Upgrade, STEM.
That's a good film. That's a good
Yeah.
film. Yeah.
2018 Zoe.
It was
Um,
okay. It's okay.
and I love
Ow.
these quick takes. The 2018 Tau. Then 2018 Bumblebee.
Still not seen it.
Ooh, excuse me, guys.
Bless you.
The allergies are making themselves known. Thank you.
My friend
Thank you.
is
Thank
about
you.
to turn in who tuned into your show.
Oh,
So,
who? Oh, no. Oh, well, have a great night. Thank you for tuning in.
yeah.
And let's see. Uh, 2018 Avengers Affinity War, Friday and Vision.
Totally tuned out of Marvel by this time.
And 2018 2036 Origin Unknown.
I haven't been into 2036 yet. Do you have a time machine? What is the
Oh,
or is
we've
that the
got quite
title
a
of the
bit.
movie? Is the title of the movie 2036 Unknown?
Yeah, yeah, that's
I've
the name of the
never heard of
movie.
that film.
Yeah. 2018 Extinction. Never heard of this one, but I'm These
I
are all
saw
in
I
game.
saw Extinction. Extinction's a great movie.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
good film.
Wow,
Good
wow,
film.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 2018 Maniac, um, Goethe. That seems very interesting to me. This is another one of those films from
Oh, right.
India that looks really, really intriguing.
It looks like the
Uh,
sequel to the other guy, except this time Elvis is in it, and he's got a machine gun.
2018 2.0, Chitty and Chitty version 2.0.
Not a
And then,
sequel to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, anyone that's watching it.
yes, not that one. And
Not seen that.
2018 Godzilla, the City on the Edge of Battle, Mecha Godzilla. I really want to see this.
Right.
And then 2018 Godzilla the Planet Eater, Mecha Godzilla City. Then 2018 Axel. I've
That
never.
film that film was actually made a lot earlier than that, and it was a crowdfunder, and I featured that on my other YouTube channel that used to promote crowdfunding campaigns, and this is one of the first films that we promoted when they were doing their crowdfunder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
but it didn't get a big release until 2018. It's a really cute little independent movie. It's not a
oh, I can't
brilliant
wait to see it
film,
then.
but it's fun. It's fun. It's a
Oh,
nice film about a boy who ends up getting a it's E.T., but substitute E.T. with a robot military dog. That's your
yeah.
movie.
I can't wait to see. I love independent films. 2018 AI Rising. I never even knew that existed. And this is one I've seen commercials for and posters for, but never did watch, which was Replicas 2018 with Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
I've seen trailers. I've not watched it. I saw
Mhm.
Alita.
You did? Oh, did you like it?
I did. I thought it was good. Good
Yeah,
fun.
there are people are campaigning to get the sequel, and I don't know why a sequel has not been made of this movie. Did well at the box office.
It's a really good, faithful adaptation of the game, but it's also you don't need to have played the game to enjoy the film. You can
Oh,
just
good.
enjoy it as a sci-fi film in its own right. That the effects are seamless, so you forget about them, which is what you want.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that one. 2019 Serenity, that looks really good. Um,
I think I saw that.
you did.
Yeah,
Um,
Captain Martyr.
2019 Captain Marvel, the Supreme Intelligence.
Mm.
2019 The Wandering Earth, Moss.
That's
This
a
is
good.
like
That's a good
the
little film.
you did see this?
Yeah,
Okay, I want to see it. It looks interesting.
it's a good
Uh,
little film.
2019 I Am Mother. And this looks very intriguing to
I
me as
want to say
well.
that I saw that because that image it sticks in my head, but
Mhm.
that's the year I was going through my divorce and lots of horrible things were happening, so I
Oh,
may well have seen it,
I'm
but just not
so
remember.
sorry.
That's all right. So
2019 Terminator Dark Fate. I know everyone loves this one. This is
yeah,
everybody's favorite.
yeah, yeah. I love it so much that I still haven't watched it past the first 20 minutes. I got so excited that I just couldn't take anymore.
Oh,
I had to stop
man.
watching it.
Oh, yes, William Blake Hall. I totally forgot about the surrogates. I should have added that to the list, which is a movie I actually quite like. 2009, starring Bruce Willis. Thank you for reminding us.
Oh.
Um, and
And Bruce Willis, get well soon, man, because I know
yes,
he's going through some health
yes,
issues.
we love Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he's a
And
nice guy.
2019, we've got Jaxie, which I've never seen, but I believe it's a comedy. Then we've got 2020 Blood Machines.
Yeah, I didn't
Uh,
see that one. I saw Bloodshot. That was actually not
2020 Bloodshot. Yes,
Bloodshot was actually kept me entertained. I remember
really.
watching that in the lockdown.
Yeah,
There
it
wasn't
did
a lot of
so.
choice.
Yeah, it did so poorly though. But it really kind of like flip flopped. But it definitely is one that I want to see because I'm very intrigued by it. We've got 2020 Monsters of Man, which is super, super scary looking. It looks like it's a horror movie. 2020 Archive J1, J2, J3.
I've
And
seen Archive.
you have, right? And it's about
Yeah.
an AI that becomes more and more human, right?
Yeah, it's a good film.
Different versions of her becomes more and more. And then 2020 Super Intelligence. Uh,
That's as super intelligent as the film gets right there.
Ay, ay, ay. And Rafael Lopez says, I love blood machines. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and Gary loved Alita.
Yeah. 2019.
Uh,
Good. It's good.
yeah.
I've
And
seen this
let's see.
movie.
2020, 2067.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty
Oh,
good.
good.
Not
Okay.
bad.
2021 After Yang. I would love to see this because
Yeah, I've not seen this film, and this is retro. This is your cameo, isn't it? When that's you at the back there. I mean, that we're seeing.
it doesn't
No?
quite look like me, but
Could it not be a robot version of you?
not
No.
really. Yeah, I would hope that the robot version of me looked like me.
Well, I've only
Uh,
seen the back. Do you know I've never heard of that movie? Honestly, the last one you just showed, I've never heard of that film. I've never seen that image.
yeah, yeah.
After
Yeah,
Yang Yang. So,
after Yang. 2021 Finch, previous so previously known as BIOS,
I
which
saw
it
this.
looks
I
you
saw
did.
this. Yeah,
Yeah,
I reckon
yeah.
remember that robot. Actually, this film was a lot of fun. It was very cute. You'll like it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. I definitely want to see it. 2021 Free Guy. I've been meaning to see this movie, and
One
I've
of the
been
few good movies in 2021, and
yeah,
again, it was a lot of fun. It knew what it was. It was a lot of fun.
yeah. I do want to check that out. And then 2021 Ron's Gone Wrong. Never saw this. Kind of looks like a Baymax there, but I'm not
Yeah,
judging.
like a
Yeah, I'm not
baby Big Six.
right.
Yeah.
I'm not judging, but then 2021 Matrix Resurrections.
I still have not seen that
Yeah, I
movie.
haven't seen it. It's going to take some real convincing for me to look at that one.
I just was like, no, not
Yeah, and as much as I love those two actors, I don't
yeah.
know. 2021 Godzilla versus Kong, which well, people loved this movie. There was a lot of people who loved this movie. Um, and 2021 Mother Android, which another one I barely even saw advertisements for this. 21 I'm Your Man. Uh,
I saw a trailer for this. The actor who's on the poster there is a cracking actor, by the way.
does that mean he's great?
Yeah, cracking. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry,
yeah.
it's slang
I was like, crack it. Oh, wow, what's
No,
going
no,
on?
no, no, no.
Yeah,
Cracking
he is
is
very good. Everything
when you
I've
say
seen him in,
something's
he's
cracking, you mean,
amazing.
oh, so retro, your hair looks cracking today.
Hmm.
Means your hair looks fantastic today.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. So, so for any parents watching, that is not a rude word. It is a normal English term.
Yes, okay.
Moonfall was
Great.
just mad. That was like it was like a load of writers dropped acid and sat in a room and
Yes, okay, I need to see it then.
I mean it's just crazy and there's no laws of physics in it whatsoever.
Oh, I need to see this movie.
So
Yes, I love movies like
it's
that.
Independence Day on speed. It's just nuts. It's
Oh, I can't wait to check it out one day. 2022, Brian and Charles.
Yeah, that
Uh,
film is supposed to be endearingly cute yet perpetually strange. But yeah, I heard good things. I've seen the trailer.
okay,
I've met the actor on the left. Really nice person.
okay.
Um, can't actually
And
say what.
2022, Big Bug.
Not seen the Big Bug.
Okay. And 2022, Kimmy. And
Yeah,
I
I've seen
heard
seen the trailer. Not seen the movie.
Gary says moon fail.
More like me.
Oh man.
Well,
2023 Megan. Everybody loves Megan.
I thought that was surprisingly good, a good little cute film. Yeah, there's
And 2023 Jung E.
not seen that. I'm wondering if you've got the one I've just watched. Um, Operation Fortune was great fun.
Operation Fortune,
Highly recommend.
2023.
Yeah.
2023 Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, The Entity. And 2023 The Heart of Stone, The Heart.
Ah,
Then
you missed one. So
what?
there's an AI film that's just dropped on Netflix about 3-4 weeks ago. The name of the movie is the name of the robot. So it's called something like Edward or something. I can't remember the name of the film. Someone in chat's going to know about it. And this husband and wife are moving into a new, fantastically modern house. She works for the development program where they're developing the robots. They get given one to be brought home to kind of have as a house servant. Tim, thank you, Gary. The movie's called Tim, and it's really good. It's a good film. It's well done. It's well written. The robot kind of falls in love with the wife, and therefore starts trying to set up the husband to make it look like the husband's been
Oh
cheated.
boy.
It definitely goes the horror direction in the last half an hour, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie. So I recommend Tim for those who haven't seen it. If you like your kind of Ex Machina type stuff, yeah, Surrogate with Bruce Willis did get mentioned. Yeah, someone's just asked in chat. And Retro has to go now. Space shuttle is docking.
It is like wow, guys. Yeah, that we went through that really fast, and I apologize for
Well,
that.
there
But
wasn't loads to say about a lot of
the
those
last
most
group, right?
recent ones. There was either nothing to say about them, we hadn't seen them, or they were Marvel, which means there was nothing to say about them.
Gary mentions the article, the Artifice Girl,
Artifice.
2020. Okay,
Not
we
seen that.
are, and also the creator.
Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see the creator.
And William Blako says, "Thank you, Retro." Oh no, my pleasure. I want to say thank you to all of you guys for indulging me with this discussion. You know how much I love this. You know, this whole thing that we do here, talk about retro movies. And also this was the first time we ever talked about new movies, so that was kind of like interesting. And of course, Lance, I can't thank you enough for helping me with the show and giving your really great reactions. You even did research on the spot. I mean, you're hired.
I'm good at that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So I
Well,
really did. I did appreciate all that.
can I plug
And
my stream tomorrow quickly
oh
because it
yes,
is a
yes, please do.
sci-fi. So tomorrow night on my stream, it'll be finishing around this kind of time. We're doing top 5 sci-fi films from 1970 until 1990, and we can only pick 5. So as you can appreciate, that's a rather fertile ground for excellent science fiction films. And I've gone back and forth on my top 5 several times. But my guest, I've got several people coming on actually. But my guest is Wayne Byrne, who wrote. He's done a lot of biography books. So you should check his biography. He's just done a book on the Nightmare on Elm Street
Oh
franchise, and
wow.
others coming out. So he's on with me tomorrow. Retro, you might pop on for a bit, possibly.
Tomorrow, I don't think I will be able to. It if I
Well,
have the
if you can't pop on, send me your top 5 list in private, and
okay.
I'll add it to the scores at the end, which would be quite nice.
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
So,
I'll send you like either Twitter or maybe I'll just put it in the chat because I might be able to put it in the chat.
cool. Yeah,
Um,
because
Either one.
when we do a top 5 people, it's on my channel. It's interactive, so the idea is people in the chat can also vote and take part, and then we look at what the
It's a
overall
lot of fun, guys.
top 5. Yeah, and we did top 5 horror from 1970 to 1990 a few weeks ago. and I said we got to do a top 5. We did a top 5 fantasy, so sword and sandals and sorcery and all of that kind of thing from the same era, and now we're doing top 5 science fiction.
You know,
So
I was there for which one was it that I was there for?
I think you were there for the fantasy one. Were you not there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was a fantasy one.
because that was Jason and the Argonauts was voted number 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for that. That was a good stream. That was Matthew Holmes, film director, was there. He may be there tomorrow. We got the Inside Man coming on. Kung Fu Hot Dogs coming on the channel. So
There
he's
it is. There's your picture.
yeah, and there's author Wayne. Do check out Wayne's books. Fantastic. I've got Kung Fu Hot Dog coming on tomorrow as well, and that's his first live stream. I met him at the London meetup. So yeah, it's going to be quite a good fun night, I think, and just as well because it's boiling hot, and you know you can't get much else done in this kind of heat. I tried to work today, and it was horrendous. Just kept falling asleep at my computer, you know. So,
Yeah, and Gary is urging us to see The Machine. He says it's very similar to Ex Machina. Okay, definitely want to see it.
can you give us a year on that?
Oh no, we were just looking at it. It was
Well,
I think
I
it
think,
was right. The Machine. It was on the list.
yeah, and I think that's Gary from the Outcast Creative actually. That's said that. Is that
Cool.
Gary? Is that Gary from the Outcast? I'm not sure if that's Gary. We've got a couple of Garys in the Outcast Creative, and one of them
Oh,
looks like him. So
well, I'm
great.
gonna.
Thanks,
Uh,
everyone.
yeah. Everybody do find Outcast Creative. I don't know if any of the mods are able to get a link for Lance's channel and pop it in there
Please do.
in the link. But I am definitely going to be I'm gonna close everything out, guys. The
Yeah.
next thing tomorrow night, big watch party. You guys know Logan's Run.
That's after my stream, though. I think my stream will be finishing when that's probably kicking in, maybe.
Yeah, so I might be able to slide in there just to leave my 5 and then come head
Yeah.
over.
Your that stream's later than this one, isn't it? It's
I'm
later.
not sure. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the time, but I do have to get going right now, or I will be in a lot of trouble.
Guys, I'm out of here.
And I did want to talk to you a little bit behind backstage. So, you guys, I do have a small little video. It is about 3 minutes where you can leave some comments, last comments, whether it be to any of the friends that you have in the chat or anything that you have from me. Do leave them. And without further ado, I want to bid you adieu, and I'll see you in the next video.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.